So we are up to session number 85 with some desert wind noise in the background. As you are in a desert. Even though it is an oasis in the desert, it's still a desert.
Yes.
Today I will introduce David first because he's the one online. Hello, David.
Hello. How are you going to introduce me? I thought I had to introduce me.
Well, you introduce your character, I introduce you.
Oh.
You
I guess I'm not David then.
It's David. It's his fault.
I guess I'm the artist formerly known as David. I play Payne, the motorhome. That's really all you need to know.
Okay. Very easy.
That really is all you need to know about Payne.
He's a motorhome.
It describes him and it describes his appearance.
Painful.
Honestly, makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, at the table today we have Paul.
Who is playing Paul, the dark-haired, pretty boy, diplomat, warlock, healer, elf, champion of his people, which he's not allowed to tell people about much, and leader of the new clan.
Woohoo!
Then we have Jeff.
I play Tolikus. He was a gambler and all-around nerd-a-well. There you go.
Could be worse.
Could be
Sweet.
worse.
Very good, very good. Yep, so...
He's
so
not a
good.
murder hobo because he prefers to mix stuff in because he can do it twice.
Well, you murder, but you don't be murder hobo.
Just,
Oh, there's that too.
Doing
If you
that.
kill them, you can't steal from them later.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, and deserter.
Yes, it's far better to farm them.
Then
so
Ariadna.
I play Calprix, the White Dragon with the Jazz Wings, and the Black Points from her adventures with the Queen of Darkness, and her avatar, a Cthulhu-like gargantuan beast named Herman, with whom she is now a pen pals. She is accompanied by Grindelwaffle, Brewmaster, her coffee gnome, and Eep, her plant companion gifted to her from Herman. And Eep is currently accompanied by her puppet, my dog! You do it cuter and smaller. There you go. Perfect Gorn voice.
And lastly at the table today, Gisli.
Alrighty, I am playing Kupalani Alkai. She goes by Lonnie. She is the human Makai fighter, weapons master, person of many titles that I've lost somehow.
We'll have to find them again.
I'll have to find them again. And
Previous book.
punching bag of the party.
I don't know we classify you as a punching bag.
Professional heel target.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good one. That sums it up really well.
Yeah, because you get paid for it.
Yeah. So I was just thinking of another way to say tank, but
Yeah.
That works.
so there we go. Perfect.
So who remembers what we did last session?
I
Oh,
just read my notes.
There are notes.
All I know is I took a lot of time learning how to spell Cincinnati,
Yeah. So
which is a township that we were at or on our way to.
You passed through.
Yeah, we
there you go.
Without actually staying.
Yep.
Yeah, and for all that trouble, I think we spent 10 minutes on how to spell it.
Yep.
Ridiculous. So that's what we were doing. We're heading south towards Yawning, on our way towards Cincinnati. As we're going through, there was a herd of horses moving through as if a dust cloud like fish through the
Army
sea.
of question mark horses, possibly dragons. Or should it go more like horses, dragons?
Yeah, like that.
Scary
So they
things.
were going through. We did not interact, even though Lonnie kept rolling. Maybe I should interact, but then everybody else was like, no, don't. So as we're going through, we noticed the mysterious lake that we've seen before with the tower in it, and we're just like, what? Why did it move? So we go investigate it for an incredibly long time. We do a pretty thorough investigation. What we eventually find out is that is a no-go place, very bad,
Yes.
very difficult to get to, and not for us. So we decided to head on through We go through Cincinnati. There's a coffee festival there. That's awesome. We keep on going. Go to Yawning City. We arrive before the full moon to the city the night before the holy day. And so it was me, Calcrix, Ruel, and I'm gonna assume Tolicus and Pain. Going into the city while Drazzle and Drachima are staying outside the city because Drazzle does not feel welcome and Drachima does not trust it.
I think it's more Drazzle doesn't want to encounter his younger self.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's
So
a possibility of bad
we
things
ended the
happening,
night-
but that came from that sort of thing.
I think we ended the night in the palace.
We were
or
in- we
near
were
the
in-
palace?
yes. we're
We'd
inside of-
left a note saying that
Yeah.
if the Sultan cared to see us, we were here to see them.
Yeah, but
So-
we were in guest rooms
Yeah, we were in guest rooms at the
in the
palace,
place.
waiting for the next morning to see
Yeah.
if the Sultan was here. And that's
And-
where we ended.
Yeah, and Drachima is not in here because Jeremy knew he wasn't going to be here this
Yeah.
week. This week.
Oh,
Yes.
I forgot to share this funny point in my notes. When we decided to leave the tower in the lake, I said we decided to nope on out of there and head
Yep.
to next time.
Yep.
Yes.
I feel like that's pretty
It's
accurate.
perfect.
Yep.
Yes, playing with portals might have just been a little bit more than they were ready for at the time.
Yes, we looked at that and our professional consideration was that's 10 levels away. Let's leave.
Yeah, we could. What Johnson basically told us, or I think it was actually Bird said, we can go in, but we're not going to get out.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had something to say as well?
No.
Okay, let's check. I know you wait sometimes for a...
Yeah.
I promise.
Okay, so during all that time, Tolicus was a follower. Stayed with the horses.
It's fine.
Was being, and I'm hiding from the people who might want to come and kill me for what happened in the town you just left.
Plus Casey plus.
And they've had news later on that the town was sacked by a bunch of dragons.
Johnson Grove.
They did promise that they would attack the town if they didn't get the order.
That is
Look,
very true.
what brings jobs and growth like war?
Opportunity.
More
Exactly.
Look, if everyone's dead, there's plenty of jobs.
If everyone's dead, there's no employers.
Well, no, but if you
Yeah, but there's tons of jobs and opportunities. Look, we're fostering the opening of new small businesses.
I was going to
True.
say, yes.
Plenty of resources available.
Yes.
And Loki doesn't care who's in it.
No. An open economic environment.
Okay, so
Look, as long as the free market can dictate what goes on.
Yes, just ask Loki.
Is it wait? So the dragonborn threatening to destroy the city? That's the free market at work.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. all those Dragonborn libertarians came in and did their thing.
They liberated the people from their lives.
I like it how politics does not enter into role-playing.
Not at all.
You know, I thought when I left the Australian Electoral Commission and the Bureau of
You'd
Stats
be
that
done.
I'd be done with politics, but it
Well-
turns out that in my head I actually got up about 5 minutes ago and ran screaming from the residence and out into the street, just looking for that little bit of political silence I
And
need.
don't worry, that town would have been great if they had just built a wall to keep the people to the south.
Yes, yes.
Well, they had one, but we sort of bypassed it for them.
Okay, so what are we doing in this town?
Sorry, I couldn't help but
No.
They need a better
The
wall.
politics humour is appreciated.
Yes.
There is a really small part of me though that did run screaming from the room. It's okay.
Right, so it's actually all David's fault. Okay, cool.
Okay.
No.
It's funny.
No
You know what? You're
serious
the only ones who have ever come to that conclusion. And I'm so blown away that no one's figured it out yet. Until now.
That everything is David's fault.
Oh.
You know what?
Well, look, there's
I've
this
been thinking about
thing
it, and I
that
was like, nah. But then I'm like, maybe.
No,
Maybe
I-
it's
Yeah.
David's fault.
I actually
David
understand
has
what
a
you're
really
saying there.
good
Yeah.
variety of
Was,
characters,
Paul,
and he's really good at
You're not the
characterizing
first,
them.
but I may cover you.
But-
out.
No,
Always
I'm really good at avoiding the blame.
Yes.
I don't know what.
And you don't even realize I'm doing it.
I don't think willful
Just gonna
ignorance
check.
counts as avoiding the blame.
Looks
The
fun.
suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. All right.
Just imagine David walking around with a big backpack. He's got this thing called a flamethrower.
Right.
Just
That's
passing out flame.
fantastic! Oh my god, you've given me such a good idea!
Next character sorted.
Right. So
No, not even the next character.
No. It's a flamethrower. It's an alchemical flamethrower that fires psychic attacks.
No, don't worry about the alchemy. Don't even need that. I'm good. Hello, Balath. I'd like to speak to you, son.
So that's what your Eldritch Blast is.
Nope. No. Balath is another character who's when he does choose to cast spells, he casts a lot of flame spells, and also he is an expert at getting other people in trouble and not getting the blame for it.
Right.
Why do you feel like
Oh,
such a
thank you so much. I love it.
so good.
Actually, David, just as an aside, there's one game write-up that I read. It was a playtest. I think you'd love the ability. One of the PCs in the playtest had the ability to blame it on the monkey, and it was useful both when deceiving the pirates and in the fight that came afterwards.
That's pretty
Look,
good.
that would be very useful, except every character is a monkey to me. Every party member is a monkey to me, and I just blame it on everybody else anyway.
Oh, I know, but this is the
I don't need an ability to do that.
yeah, but he was using this as a combat ability.
Yeah, no. Look, I'm with you. Again, I agree. However, almost all of my characters have so much charisma and deception.
That you can do it anyway.
That he does it in combat anyway.
So,
Yes.
yeah, back to the game.
Back to the game. You are in Yalarum City, waiting to see the Sultan. The night before the day before the full moon, and you see all around everywhere notices that the schools are accepting new applicants.
What schools?
Schools of Yalarum. To you, it's just crazy people teaching more crazy stuff because this is not your nation. Their schools will talk about living in the desert and peace for all, good mankind for all you know. And you're a person who learned all war is how you do everything. Everything's an outlaw.
Well,
Both of these approaches seem lame.
Well,
Agreed.
Where's the slavery?
That's why you left.
you're about sort of war, but winning before the other guys noticed it's on.
no, I'm about war. Where is the profit?
Right.
Being drafted into the Navy/Army wasn't
Not
good for my
profit.
bottom line.
Well, the rumours are that no one's coming back from that war.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good for that's not good for your bottom line either.
Not great.
Well, it is for your bottom line because that way there'll be all these opportunities open once the war finishes. They're all over there. Get a soda stream.
So schools accepting new peoples.
Yep, so they have the University of Yalarum, which teaches, I'm sure it's just desert stuff, nothing important. And they're accepting applicants from people willing to devote their life to alchemy.
Right. Sorry.
Nothing like preaching religion in university.
Oh, it's a religious school.
Well, I like being a rogue, so I don't think I'll be going to.
I was gonna say I was getting some BYU vibes. So it's just UI vibes.
I'm already in service to somebody else.
And it is the main conversation topic for the city as everyone's talking about it.
Yes.
Because it happens this day every
Actually,
year.
while we are in town, I would like to actually get some desert card.
Okay, looking around, your desert guard that you got when you came through here previously is pretty similar to what they're still wearing.
Okay, cool.
Hasn't changed much in the
Oh, we need to get notes for
fortnight you've been away.
I was gonna say we haven't been away that long.
No.
It's when it's changed in a fortnight, you know, something drastically has gone wrong.
Fashion is fast.
Or someone's changed time yet again.
Or that.
Or it's just like it's Loki City and now it's all Dragon Ball. Until they get some more people coming to sell them stuff.
Yeah.
So yes, they are talking about the main topics are about taking the prophet's journey, various things about the prophet, as everyone refers to the god Atruaghin as the prophet.
Yes. Atruaghin is his own thing. He's not another version of something else. So
I try and keep down my
Oh, so he is his own
He also
separate
got
god.
non-captivity.
Atruaghin became a god less than a handful of years ago.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So he's one of the newest gods of the setting.
Similar-
my drinks after a certain
Okay.
time, just because when I finish here and go home, I like to try and go to sleep straight away.
Yeah, run to the bathroom 50 times.
And so from your guys' perspective, he's a new religion. Like he's such a religion that this entire region puts him on a pedestal above everyone else, more powerful than him.
well, yeah, because he's very special to them because he's new.
He actually united the entire region,
Yeah.
kicked out the Theatan monkeys,
Oh,
as they
that's
refer
just
to them.
that's just worthwhile anyway.
So he was the instigator of them founding their own religion and worshipping the way of water
Unique to us.
in a desert.
Alright, good enough.
So water people are always treated better than anyone else, and it's considered a sign of good luck to help someone who is water aspected.
People like me.
Though if you're fire aspected, it's also seen as a sign of good luck to throw something hard at them.
I'm an air aspect, yes.
I'm air aspected too. But I don't. I'm not against water aspect. I just fly. And that works better when you're air aspected.
I'm blue WDWI.
So yes, Kesley, Lani gets a lot of people offering you to try their wares and offering you great discounts on stuff.
As you do.
So no matter where you walk, you're surrounded by people constantly following you, ignoring everyone else.
Yes.
You have an entourage.
I will look nicely, tell them no thank you nicely, no thank you for the song, and all this stuff. Just being nice about it.
And
not,
she also gets lots of propositions of marriage.
Are you cute though?
Probably, but you probably wouldn't want to be married in this nation.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because once you're married, you're property.
Yeah, no thank you. So I'm just like, cool, finger guns, whole thing, no thanks. If there's any weapons, I'll take an extra look at it, but probably won't accept anything. Not currently in the market, but should I be, I know exactly where to go.
Not here.
Exactly where not to go.
Exactly.
Well, it is a centre of learning and study. So if she's looking for anything that supports water, there's a good chance that most of the studies and magical items here
It's
are
surrounded
water aligned.
That.
Even though they're in the middle of a desert.
Water is an important thing.
Exactly.
Yes.
So like,
So if I
I
show
think
the...
until I find a reason to get a new weapon, probably not. But that's only because I have to use what I have been given.
So if you see on the map over
Possible.
here, there's the red dot in the centre.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and there's no water anywhere
I
around
miss
it.
the old school D&D maps.
Oh, there is a... they
Just
become a
pulled out
logical reason
folder
why it
of all
works.
these physical D&D maps.
Yes.
It's got actual.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Regular D&D.
I started with the old red boxes as well.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
look at all the modern maps,
That
and they're all
folder just
pretty
there.
and
That's full of his maps that
Yeah.
are laminated.
Yeah.
Because his Wi-Fi connections at one point.
Yeah. Do make sure that no one actually nicks your trades because
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, that's the
That
thing.
could be a
That
problem.
thing returns to me.
That's
But I
only if you
am
throw it.
careful of like wary of pickpockets because
that. I will be giving you.
How hard would it be to pickpocket a trident though? Surely that's going to
Well,
require
unless you're carrying it
Popping
fairly
roll
high
hand.
level of skill.
because like it's on my back.
Yeah,
but
but
it's
it's only
strapped in.
helpful with the strap.
It's also
Yeah.
it'd be strapped in a way like if you have it too secure, you can't draw it in a hurry.
Yeah.
Like you spend 2 rounds of combat going.
Yeah. Well, no, for
But at the
just
same time,
carrying
you'd
it,
feel
you
the
would
weight
tighten it up.
change, wouldn't you? Yeah.
You should, unless of course they're a skilled thief.
Or
Yeah.
you're distracted by everybody else
Yeah.
trying to offer you things.
But the other thing is,
It's a thing, like, with
Yep.
people surrounding, like, Bonnie will be aware of, like, her personal bubble.
yeah, but
I'll be keeping an
cut-
eye
but-
out on the crowd.
But that's the thing. Cuts trap run like buggery.
That's how most people do
What
it.
they don't know is I'm probably faster.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
And Lonnie draws her trident and it's a stick.
I know, right?
That's right. She beats
Who
them with
Indiana
a stick
Jones
because
me?
she beats them with a stick because fighter.
Exactly. I'll do
Um,
it.
She throws the stick at the person with the trident, they go down, she walks over, picks up the trident and says, you should have known, don't leave her with a stick. On both top. That would be Lonnie.
That would be so
Yes.
perfect.
So, yes, so you hear about all the talk about the universities opening and stuff. So that was a big thing while you're waiting for the Sultan. People are asking if you're trying to get into the university yourself. Most of you going. Your first answer is usually what university, because most of you didn't actually know about this
Yeah.
being a thing here.
That's like when I was in university, we played other people in football, and because I came from like a low down university, there's one university called Weeder State University, and I'm like, we always cheer, Weeder's Ohio State, Weeder's Ohio State. He's like, who's heard of that? Nobody. So yeah, that's what I heard.
Because you can.
Because you know, I'm big on people.
What do you lose your character? You get to university.
Yeah.
Well, we had one go to jail.
There you go.
It was similar. He got preached at in the same place. Okay, so yes,
So no, not going to university. We don't have time. Yeah. Not even going to ask which university because it's not.
We've gotten rid of the sphere, haven't we?
Let's just
Oh,
move
yeah,
a
that
state,
went good.
and then we might enter into a debate about whether or not it
Yes, sir.
qualifies as a university at a state level.
Yes.
The sphere went good. We're talking.
Alright. Well, what's the skip? What are we actually doing?
well, at the moment they're waiting to see the Sultan because they promised they'd see the Sultan on the way back.
It was an insult not to see the Sultan if you were a dragon or a
Yes.
person of prestige. And the Sultan wasn't around last time. So we ended up meeting with Drazzle's younger self. And we had to leave promises that when we returned, that we would indeed see the Sultan this time around. So,
Yes.
So I don't have to see the Sultan.
No,
no,
no.
No, you
technically not.
As long as a representative of the group turns up, that's all that's needed.
And
So
you
I'm
do
pretty
have
sure
the
the dragon
issue
can't
of
get out
being
of it, otherwise she
affiliation in a group of people who dream about murdering you in your sleep.
Oh, this one's sweet. Oh, soft.
Coffee?
Forward thinking.
I was gonna say, I'm sure Calvers will keep you well captured.
So, luckily you're traveling with Lani because Lani's such a distraction that no one notices that you're playing. Especially with all your robes and stuff on hiding your features.
Yes, I'm not one of those variations who walks around very
Not
much.
very
Asian.
What if you do? They don't live very long, but they do.
But I've also got Mount.
One of the mounts.
whereas
No. The culture I'm actually from. No, I'm affiliation from. I forgot the.
Somewhere else that has
water
tattoos.
nation.
The
Wait.
Noir.
Yeah,
You're a waterbender?
Or Pearl Islander.
Yeah, he's a affiliation. He's got like a Nuari tattoos all up and down my arms and stuff like
he knows
that.
what
So-
it is.
Yeah, so different.
Well, they're actually dark benders, not water benders.
But I don't think most of these people have actually realised the difference between me being affiliation
No,
or
no.
being some
Most
Nuari.
likely not.
No, they'll go foundation first.
It's more the accent they pick up.
Yeah. Whereas Lani is just impressive and distracting.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to hang out with these guys.
Yes.
This one
Actually-
to get murdered in an alley.
Yeah. Actually, I do distracting as well.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a different way.
Yeah.
But you're an elf, and she is looks human and water. So it's like their beliefs preach that is the ideal.
Yes. And I'm water too.
But you're not female.
No, well, it's true. I'm also this much.
The right spells he could be.
Yes. If he was human and water, then he'd be getting off Arctic.
Yes.
is because of the cultural thing. Yes, you make it into the at Sultan, and while you're waiting there to see functionaries, you do see that there is a bunch of Sultan guards around the palace itself. Nearly all the guards themselves have water aspects.
Yep, as they would do.
I'm keeping my eye on things.
Occasional ones of them have fire, earth, or air. But you do notice that there are no darkness aspect of people
Yes.
in the guards. Not that it's an evil thing, it's just that it's a lot harder to get a darkness aspect person in the desert in a sun
Yeah.
environment. It doesn't work as well for them.
Yes. Okay.
After waiting for about an hour in this area, you're greeted by a bureaucrat who welcomes you in the name of the Sultan. Not Drazim. Just a bureaucrat
Yeah.
who has big turban, lots of layers of clothing, and asks if you wish to come and wait inside while he determines your appropriate status.
Of course. I say all the polite things.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check.
16 on the dice roll. Now, can I use persuasion, not diplomatologist?
You can use either.
Ooh. I'm using diplomatologist because it's seriously higher. It's 26.
It's the diabetic one.
So yes, after having doing your nice and polite, this is who I am sort of status, because this is one of those places where status is important.
Yeah.
You find that you're rushed room to room to room, hitting past a lot of other people who look like they've been waiting. Some of them who may be waiting for days.
Wow.
But I've been amazing.
Feel free to still keep people on.
Yes.
Thank you.
And you find yourself
I said all the way.
in front of the Sultan very quickly. You realise that most people who go to see the Sultan normally have to wait a week.
People know themselves do not try and rob this place.
Well, you do.
Don't even look like you're casing it.
Well, no, the problem with Tolicus is he's always casing, but
He does feel the wards as he moves through them with each room he goes through.
but with his feats now, he doesn't actually. It's not very obvious. That he's
So
casing.
magical wards, physical wards.
So are we there as a group then? Yep.
Yeah, but there is a group, let's just specify otherwise.
Then you see a guy in what appears to be a white robe with a magnificent brown beard. Most of the people here generally have shorter beards, out of respect.
Every time we shoot through a ward, we hear the Michael.
So by the time we get to the last one, we're used to it.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
very,
But she's got a very tiny
impressive
voice.
beard.
She's
Very
a tiny
impressive
plant.
beard,
Yeah.
full, very curly,
Cool. So we're
almost
talking
wolf-like in
Dwarven,
comparison.
ancient
But,
dwarven beard.
Rain with us.
It's up to Payne.
I believe Payne is with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So he's doing impressions.
Apologies, I was really struggling to keep some ears on this one.
Right.
Would you like to be with us as we're meeting the Sultan?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright. This can only go well.
Yes.
Yes.
Who else is he going to talk to about job control?
Well, it can only go well for David because that's what he's going to do. Yes.
So you find yourself before the Sultan and his bureaucrat who guided you through the maze of other bureaucrats said you should now present your gift as he then walks out.
Thank you, Pain.
Sorry.
No, That's
He
both an
says you should
insult.
now present your gift to him as he then walks out.
That's
Oh,
both-
the Sultan walks out?
The
no,
bureaucrat walks
the
out.
bureaucrat
Okay,
walks
to
out.
the Sultan. And
Because he's not allowed to be there while you meet him.
okay, alright, yeah.
Yes. No, that would be both a curse and an insult.
So
both of
Calcrix does a little bow. Eep is curled up on one of her horns. Eep pulls out her little bygone puppet, and Calcrix gives it to Calcrix, and Calcrix passes on as Eep goes, Bygone! Gets one last one out. And Calcrix says, I present to you this gift from my peoples, and we got it in, what was the city's name?
Loki's place.
It was called Castellan.
Castellan. We received this in Castellan, and we thought that considering all of the many heavy decisions and the duties that weigh upon a soul such as yours, a little levity in your life will always be welcome.
He gestures to the side and a young man comes out and collects it from you.
Yep.
It's got the brightest blue eyes you'll see.
It looks sadly as it goes, but
And you can hear Bygone going as he walks up.
Calcrix just subtly passes up chocolate-covered coffee beans towards Eep, and Eep is just happily, with her little leaves, munches on one of those.
And he looks at Luell and says, and what does the Elven clan wish to present as part
Okay.
Lani. No pain. Sorry.
Because the dragon has presented something.
Right, yes.
Oh, you knew what? Sorry.
Paul would have known to have got a gift or worked a gift out.
I don't mind if my gift is on behalf of all of us, but
Yeah,
I didn't
but-
know whether or not it was.
Though you have two people of significance, a dragon
Yeah.
and a clan leader.
I do have some trinkles and baubles and things that I picked up along the way.
As has Luell.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I'm personally looking for.
But you know, Calcrix is Calcrix, she's always willing to help. She may not have borderline personality because a little bit of player does.
Yeah. I often volunteers of curiosity, but given what's on it, I'm not sure I should.
So some things can be important.
Yes. I'm also keeping it because it may be important and I'm a historian. Problem is, this is why I would have got a gift beforehand, because basically everything I've got is either useful to us or not something I would give to somebody else to give.
And unfortunately, buying most of the stuff in the area is sold on one of it. Snowglow going, I buy this, Snowglow from the shop outside and hand it to you.
Yeah, no, I've got 48 of them all on the 8 feet across. Yeah, no, that wouldn't have been valid.
So I've got some really nice jewels. I kind of went with the puppet though because I figure he probably gets jewels and things like that all the time.
Yes.
Perhaps you should consider giving him something that isn't complete garbage.
Right, so not giving him pain then.
I'll Eldritch blast you into oblivion, moron.
Cool. Yes. I'm not going to give him the dried silver dust in a flask that we got at one point as well. And be an amusement. here.
He does look at Telecus and ask him questions about Immortal.
Ooh, he's an educated
You
man.
can probably see my tattoos rather than my actual face.
And his questions seem to be very pointed about your story of your tattoos. So, what do you tell him about your tattoos?
There's a crewman on fishing boats around the area.
What more of a story? So this one came from.
That's when we caught a kraken.
Martin,
Yep.
That's when we had to throw.
did you say that it was a story he was looking for?
Yep.
Oh.
Payne looks to the rest of you and wonders if any of you idiots are going to tell him a good story.
I more than happily would.
Yes.
So it looks like Telecus is now going to have to make a perform roll
Oh, God damn it.
with disadvantage
Why?
because caught a kraken.
Well, I'm going to be involved in it. Alright, disadvantage it is.
We caught it the hard way.
Yes, but
Once we were picked up by the rescue boats.
it was like a story in 4 words or less.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Still trying to work out if that's a 20 or a 1.
If it's got a symbol, it's generally a 20.
Okay, that's cool. Then that's a 20, and that was the other one's a 9. So we'll take the 9, thanks. Disadvantage. I'm meant to be a professional liar, but that doesn't help.
Do you get about four words into a story and start to stutter?
No, 11. Yeah, most likely. That's probably reasonable, but not great.
He tells a very bland story about a kraken and people that may or may not have been him who captured it.
Payne stands up. And halfway through the boring story, 3/4 of the way through the boring story, he Eldritch blasts his fellow party member away from him.
Which one?
The one who's telling the crap story.
Okay.
Martin,
Yeah.
just upon seeing Payne start to move, Calbrix takes a judicious step back.
Okay.
I'm not going to let him hit you if it will get blast if I could. I could actually roll to hit you because I am not.
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
So apparently, David, you get to have a roll before someone dies for cover in the middle of telling a story.
Oh, you die? Do you die for cover?
I'm just going to
We just gotta
step out of the
dodge.
way. Oh, I'm just going to dodge it.
Perception roll first, then.
Oh, god damn it. That's 11. But I do actually have a fairly decent perception skill. I hope.
What
Perception.
everyone does.
17.
So yes, you see the elf known as Payne stand up, do a stretch, and start to point in your direction. As your story sort of tapers off as you dive for cover, as everyone else around you dives for cover.
You're sort of lucky that my first instinct is to actually just avoid the attack rather than stab him.
Really?
I'm going to make sure I'm going to move so I'm standing between Payne and the Sultan.
The Sultan doesn't even give a polite clap for that one. He just sort of looks irritated. You're not sure if he was irritated at the story or the attempted attack. Hard to tell.
Yeah, never mind.
Yep.
So Payne casts an Eldritch Blast. Whether or not you want to get hit, that's fine, but you better be getting out the way. He then looks up to the Sultan.
You do see a bunch of guards have entered the room as your blast goes off.
That's fine. Looks to the Sultan, looks to his fellow party member who is standing in the way, and just looks him dead in the eyes and says, "Move. I won't hurt anyone that matters."
Though Llewellyn might have to remind you at this point that warlock spells in Yalarum are a crime.
Yeah,
That's fine. It's fine. I'm awesome. Just let it go.
I'll move out of the way. I just don't really care.
And when he says crime, it's a capital crime.
Are
That's
we
fine.
calling capital with a capital D
I'm
or a
gonna-
capital with just a capital C?
I'm gonna slip out
Capital
of the.
for capital D.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
okay.
slip out of the
Yep.
palace.
They don't actually like
So,
arcane casters here.
Is Payne wanting to tell a story then?
Why don't you let Payne do what Payne's going to do?
So
That's why I was
So
asking.
you step out of the way.
I'm leaving the palace. I'm leaving the room.
Okay.
We're gonna go too far into the town.
Payne looks up to the Sultan and says, "My good lord, I do not have time for the stupidity of terrible stories. If it is a great story that you want, then it is a great story worthy of a Sultan that you will get." And Payne, in a flourish that could only belong in a Disney movie,
I'll get out of the way first.
turns into
Oh dear.
a very charismatic looking human,
Right.
and says, "So you see, it was upon the darkest of nights," and he goes on using various historical facts, which he will take from his actually not insubstantial knowledge of history and arcana,
Yep.
and use his not insubstantial charisma score. By the way, your boy is super charismatic.
Of course.
And tells a great story of an ancient warrior who defeated some random crap that Payne has absolutely no care of.
Okay, so give me a perform roll for that one.
Happy to.
And because of your content, that is with advantage.
Cool.
Well, it calls on hero.
You see,
Yes.
every now and again you need to play Martin because Martin loves the rule of cool.
That's always true of every DM.
Okay. So one of my dice was a 1.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
As long as the other one wasn't.
The other one was a 20.
Oh god dang.
Okay, so he claps and he's quite happy with it. And at the end of your story, he pardons you for your crime against the nation.
Yep.
At which point the warriors all around you put their arrows away, which were in the process of pincushioning you.
Yep.
And appear to leave the room, though you do know they're just basically in alcoves hidden from sight.
Martin, can I take a liberty for a second, please?
You can?
Can anybody who is in the room make a DC 20 deception check, please?
That all of us?
Yep.
Anyway, roll a perception, hit 20.
Okay, so none of the Sultan or his crew noticed.
I got an 8 somehow.
They were so busy caught up in the story they weren't paying attention.
Sure, with my D20s.
Lonnie thought that was like one of the coolest stories ever. But to be fair, Lonnie was a sailor, along with Tilly. And so she appreciates a good long tale.
Yes.
So what goes with the
Perception, wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I've got skills in perception.
Yep, unless you've got skills in perception.
Which
it
I do.
becomes-
Well, it's like
Plus
it's a
seven.
storyteller.
Plus 7, so I got a 13.
No, well, you're not the con man type of rogue.
No.
Yes, most of the nobility generally want to hear something flowery instead of just pointed out stuff.
One time there was this big octopus, we thought, might be a dragon. And then it was like, nah, it's just a giant octopus.
Did anybody get 20?
I don't think they
No,
did.
I don't think anybody did.
I didn't.
Did anyone get 15?
The Sultan got 15.
In the corner of you know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We'll leave that there. All good.
Yes. Actually, if we go on passive perception, I did get it.
20 or 15.
I got 21.
I'll take it.
My passive perception is huge.
I'll take it. Every time Payne uses a piece of magic, just in this particular situation, in the corner of your eye, you see a shining jewel that you cannot quite place.
Oh, cool. I will put that away for later thought.
Sultan wanted a dragon because it is dragons.
Payne, after his performance and with absolutely no reaction to the Sultan's compliments and pardon, Payne covers his head with his hood and goes back to his shambling motor hobo stance.
Okay, after the story, he then asks the dragon, as a representative of the dragon realm, does she have anything to report?
That's debatable. I give him a diplomatic version of the events in the city I've just come from, and report that as at the moment, I feel the dragons consider things neutral in terms of all of the business to do with the orb. Is that what he's referring to in terms of reporting on behalf of the dragons?
That would be good enough as a report from the dragons?
Yep.
I just want to know if he noticed that Calcrick's being a white dragon has black scales.
He's going to have noticed it. We know what it's like.
And whether or not he asks about it.
He generally does not.
No.
That's okay.
But he made a point to the Titan in the room of querying them on specific stuff about their culture, which would not be noticed by most people.
Yeah.
Just wanted to.
I'm this perceptive, so there. Yeah.
Because I know that sometimes the black scales might draw attention.
Yeah.
Apparently there is a sliding stone in the room somewhere.
Yes. One of the guards.
Yeah, that's one of the cards. It could be from the ceiling.
I will give them a story, but I'll give them a story that's also a report from the Elven peoples describing the changing politics and the magical environment. There was us doing things about the tree. And
Not necessarily that like the elves are weak, just that like this is
no,
the
not
story
that.
that's happening.
No, it's a. Elsendor has ensured that the trees have been.
There has been a resolution.
Yes, there have been some issues that have been resolved, and there is a new clan.
The elves have done somewhat of a favour to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But without it sounding quite that way.
Yeah. Yes, and beating up a bad guy.
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Good as always.
And yes, and of course, he's going to tell a much better story than I will.
And does at the end of your story, you'll ask, does the new man wish to make an alliance with you?
Politically, is that a good idea?
Well, the elves are known to have terraforming magic.
And he
So
would
that's
love the idea of that.
That's
Which
what he
they don't
wants out of
share
you.
with anyone.
But we could be persuaded to use it on their behalf.
Yes or no, the cost is immense.
Yes, but Alarum is rich.
It's not just money.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the cost,
Yeah.
You'd have to move your entire clan here.
Oh,
It can only be done in presence of the
I
tree.
have a feeling that shadow elves probably don't want to sit in the sunniest place of the world.
no, my clan, not the Shadow Elves.
Yeah, but
But your clan's full of shadow.
yeah.
Well, that's true. Yeah, they're not going to want to.
That's sort of a good point.
Yeah. So well, that's the thing though. Is an alliance useful or worth looking at, even without that?
So if you form an alliance with these guys, you are basically forming an alliance with someone who is against the Alphatians and the Thyatians aggressively.
Right. Well, the thing is, there's a World War book building as it is.
It is. And most people are alliance making.
You're not building walls for anyone.
And the Cow Creek is not high enough in the dragon thing to form an alliance, but you're the clan head, so you can actually stay.
Cow Creek has never been so happy to just be a child.
Yes.
Even if she has
It
an
is-
alliance with the Queen of Darkness.
Yes. It is something that I would have to present to my advisors, because I am a new clan head and not particularly used to considering things from this particular point of view.
Then he asks, what would you require to be able to make a decision today?
Yeah.
I don't think that would be possible.
Just how long do you need? He can give you an accommodation until you make a decision. Which sounds very...
It sounds very, I'll lock you up until you say yes.
Well, no, not lock you up until you say yes. Lock you up until you make a decision, and if he doesn't like it, he might send you back.
Well, maybe you're
Or
not in a
just keep you
position
there.
to make that decision today, and you have to go consult with people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
He did state that.
I did say I've got to consult with my basically clan advisors,
Just be careful.
which being
Salt.
family.
Which is why I had said to you that members of your family who are older than you can technically take on the role of clan leader.
Oh, cool.
Which meant that you could have avoided being forced into a confrontation with another leader. But basically,
Yes,
you are
but-
representing your clan in this point right now.
Yes, the thing is, I'm over here. I can't tell them that I'm giving it up unless I'm over there.
I know.
So, telling me that's actually useless.
I did tell you before you
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, but at the time I wasn't looking at ending up talking to another to a leader of a country who wants to make alliances with a clan.
Well, anyone who finds out that you're a leader of a clan will want to make an alliance with you.
Yeah. And probably Dracomir as well.
Though he's not officially chief yet.
No, that's true.
So, what does Lowell
it
desire
is-
most in the world?
Something beyond most individuals.
He's not an individual,
Yes.
he says.
Power, knowledge.
A resolution to the present world.
World
if not
peace.
divided
You want
into
what
war.
every beauty queen's ever wanted. You want
World peace. Yes, I do.
The beauty queen or beauty queen?
Yes.
I'm a hot elf, both.
So you're asking him for world peace?
I'm not asking him for it. I'm saying that I want
That's what you
not the same thing.
Because his question was, well, what did you require of him to
Yeah.
come to a decision?
And what I need is beyond the resources of an individual, even an individual in your position. I have a God-given task to do.
So if a god gave you another task to do, he says, looking at you,
That God would have to consult with the ones that have already given me tasks to do.
I've got it.
If I end up having to do all of them, then, well, that's the way it goes.
he goes, done. He will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
What's the diplomacy there, mate? Diplomatification.
Well, he just upped the...
There was diplomacy. This was a guy being an asshole.
Well, he just upped the discussion from Sultan to clan leader to god to god.
Did they just make this about gods?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not there to laugh, but
Even from behind his even from behind his hood, you can see Payne's eyes just roll back into his head in frustration.
Well,
Look, Calcrix is a kid, and she's still kind of like.
So yes, you find yourself given a nice palatial suite to wait in for the next day, with Tolicus already there.
Calcrix is considering what spells that she's going to need for the upcoming break cool out of Larum.
So what was
Battle.
the result of the meeting with the Sultan?
God level trouble.
I thought this was going to be easier than joining the army.
With PC,
You should have
reason he's the GM. You're stuffed.
should have reviewed the group's allegiances and alliances before you joined this one.
Well, he did use his diplomatologist to come in, which was part of his title, who he is, why he's here,
Yeah, that's
which
true.
basically got you past all the bureaucracy.
So he chose to use the hoity-toity skill rather than just the general persuade,
Yeah.
and then bit him in the ass.
Because
No, it got him to the Sultan in 1 hour instead of 7 days. What he did after that is what got him. So yes, you find yourself
I
with.
should have asked for skill checks.
You've got lots of ice water, many different foods.
Are we like being kept in the room?
You have been kept in the room
Okay.
as you'll be protected from outside
Calcrix
forces.
wants to leave. She wants to go for a walk outside of the palace.
Okay, 4 guards go with you.
That's fine. She wants to go.
I'm going to work out a way, have a bit of a look around, see if there's a way I can get us out without being noticed.
Is there
As
a-
a guest of the Sultan, currently you're under Sultan's protection,
Okay. Is there
which is an irony for a lady.
what sort of these guys are against magic, aren't
They're against arcane or anything that's not divine or nature.
they? Is there like a magic sector?
Unless
here?
you're awesome.
There is. They have a university.
Okay. Since universities are so keen on students, Calcrix goes to visit the local university.
You were let in straight away because dragons are always welcome.
Of course
No
she
one
is.
ever says no to a
She's a
dragon in
university
a place like
student
this.
herself. She's been taking classes at
Yes.
School of Magic and a bunch of other types of places.
They want to teach you how to be a cleric.
So do we need to try and work out a way to bust you out of here?
She
Probably a good
wants to
idea.
find out more about what kind of magics are used in Yawning, what's accepted, how does that side of the world work here?
Well, you see, all the people with talking here all have holy symbols around their neck.
So it's all about gods.
All about one specific god. All the other gods are secondary. So if anyone worships a different god, they also have to carry the god of the nation around with them as well. So
So do they have any of these symbols and things like that?
Do you have
Do
any
they have like any pendants or rings? Or
well, it looks like a palm tree in the desert with a moon
Yes,
behind it,
useful.
Yep.
and that is the symbol of alchemy.
Calcrix is looking for a little bit of holy magic herself. She wants to see what they've got available that she might be able to purchase, maybe, or just have with her. She's understandably not giving up any allegiance to her god, of course, but she respects the local culture, and so she's wondering if there's anything to do with that side of things that she can investigate or acquire.
Okay,
I
so
don't have any group
the
transport.
sort of magic they have for sale here are to deal with traveling through desert environments.
Yep.
So they have cloaks that allow you to ignore the temperature.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds cool.
So it always feels relaxing.
Do they have gnome-sized cloaks?
The cloak resizes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
They-
So that sounds like something Grendel Waffle would do with.
They do have many rings here available.
What kind of rings?
The rings cast just about any sort of magic you can think of.
What about defense spells?
Let me see.
David,
What about mass flight spells?
Yes.
does Pain have any sort of mass transport spells or anything like that? No idea, so maybe no.
Yeah.
Apologies. Any what transport, sorry?
Transport for more than one person.
Like, other than yourself.
Well, Warlock's done.
As in group transport
That's
spells.
That's a wizard thing.
The question has been answered.
Okay.
Sorry.
Trying to work out a way to bust us out of the Sultan's palace.
Have you tried fighting your way out?
Yeah, well, you know, Calcrix is looking at maybe acquiring a couple of things that might help her tomorrow when they don't want to let the elf go.
So they do
Have you
have.
tried a massive distraction?
Yeah, that
that's
might
probably
come
gonna
into
work
it
out.
as well, but Calcrix is also genuinely interested in the magic as well. She's also genuinely interested in acquiring more rings, very much like her player character.
Yes.
I managed to got 12 rings on 10 fingers at the moment, and my goal is to get to 20 for 20. And Calcrix
Have you
is
tried not stealing from the people that we were trying to bring gifts to?
I'm not trying to steal from you. I'm
Okay.
looking to acquire through legal purchase rings and magic. And I figure that since I'm in a land where their gods are worshipped and may have a stronger background, it wouldn't hurt to have some of their magic literally up my fingers. If not up my sleeves.
Yes.
Although I'll accept bracelets of any sort too, any kind of bling.
So they have rings that will allow you to store magic in them.
Okay.
They sell them for 12,000 gold.
I have to check what I know I've got a fair amount of gold because I haven't spent money in ages.
I think we recently got paid 20,000, so you should.
Yeah.
You'll have enough for one. At
Um,
least.
Yeah.
I also want to just check what rings I currently have too.
It's a nice, pretty little ring.
Sorry.
It's a nice, pretty little ring.
Can you just quickly go over what it does?
It allows you to put magic into it and cast out of it at a later time.
Okay.
And
So is that something
someone
that
else
I
can
could?
cast a spell into it, and then you can cast it out of it.
That's so I could either go to Claw and he can store an extra spell in there, or I can store one of my own spells in there. Okay. I will purchase that. Can someone pass me a pencil, please? I need to minus 12 grand out of my account.
The room we're guesting in,
Yeah.
what's the layout?
Well, think of it. It has this big open area in the center, probably longer than this entire building is just the lounge area, and it would have probably about 10 different rooms off it, and surrounding that would be guard posts.
Ring of.
What about windows?
You do have windows that open out into the rest of the palace.
So nothing external to the palace.
Nothing external to the palace.
Can I work out which room has the window which would have the easiest access to us getting us out of the palace?
There are a few you could easily use, but that is where the guard posts are. Because that is the weak point.
Does the ring have a name that I need to note here?
It's right, ring of spell storage.
Ring of spell storage.
So, okay, I'm trying to work out a window that I could easily potentially sneak these guys avoiding guard posts.
You find that very hard because these guys' job is to do something rather specific, and they will be executed if they fail.
So,
They don't have
so if you
second
get paid
chances.
to murder a couple of guards.
You may as well murder.
Whoa!
I don't know. You're volunteering paying for stuff.
I'm just trying to work out how to get us out of here without.
We'll go up.
I'm happy to.
Yeah,
trade it, but I
that's
just
the
want to
plan.
finish
That's
up
why I was
the
asking
rest
about
of
one.
it.
Yep.
Come back.
Yeah.
The problem is I
So
don't
you-
know how stealthy the rest of you guys are.
You end up spending some time discussing
I'm not bad.
religion with them.
Is there also any
That's
other?
the problem.
I want to leave these people in good graces. Is there?
Well, you
Particular.
pay fairly
Yeah,
for an
you guys
item,
turn
Yep.
invisible.
which is very good graces for
Yep.
them, and they'll have the reputation of having dealt with a dragon
Okay.
and lived.
I also would like to get Grindelwald from that cloak.
Yep.
to help him with the temperature.
Okay.
I wanted one for Eve as well because she's a plant. But I don't know how much they'll cost. And Eve is tiny, so I don't know whether or not they've got like a swathe of test fabric for the cape that I can steal and reuse.
Well, how do we get your God Crest to do those? Because I can't figure anything out way out. Any secret passages in this room?
There may be, but you'd then have to look for them.
I will look for them.
I can just put cloak down and we can sort out the money later.
Yep, we can sort out the money later.
So
I'm going to give
I'll put a
Redrin-
temperature cloak down for removal.
I'm going to give Redrin a call.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember his name.
Okay. Redrian's first thing is he doesn't recommend at this time you form any alliances with people before you actually sort out what their goals are.
Yes, that's pretty well what I was doing. And then he went, I'm going to lock you up until you say yes.
Are you sure that's what he said? He might actually have locked you up until he talks to your higher up.
Well, he's locking me up until he can get my God.
Let me talk to your manager.
Basically, that's what he's done.
Yeah.
I said that I was on a mission from a god, which I am. And he said, that's fine. I'll get him to talk to you tomorrow. So,
It is one of the holy centers of the world.
yes, it is.
So if anyone could talk to a god, it would be him.
It's a little concerning.
He's
The
going to be doing
actual
what
God
I'm
talk
doing
to
right
us.
now.
That's a bit harder to get out of.
Either you get to talk to him or Elsinore will. And I'm more working for you than Elsinore right at the moment.
I
Well,
would
he-
say you might need to talk to your manager.
Well, that's what he was saying.
Well,
I
Caprix's
believe it would be
plan is
is
before the end of the
Elsinore the
night to
person he'll be
call
trying to
into
speak
her
to.
god as well.
Yes.
But we'll wait and see who he ends up talking to.
Well, I'm pretty sure I should actually warn Ilsendor, even though Ilsendor almost definitely knows what's going on anyway. Not telling him would be rude.
Well, as long as you do your evening prayers, I'm sure he'll find out.
Yes,
Have you done them yet?
I'm just about to.
We recommend you go off and do those, and then he'll know unless he's already been spoken to.
Yeah, I've got some praying to do.
This is why I
Caprix is also going to have
Yes.
her usual
External powers are always possible.
thing. So she sets out her little coffee tray, sets out her intricate portable brewing system, brews herself a special cup of coffee, and she's got a tiny little eat cup and a Grendel waffle cup, and all together, after they finish, they've cleaned up all their tea stuff, they sit in front of their tray, and she prays to the dragon god and starts telling him about her day.
So I'll give Loel a religion roll. Because his god's actually got an ear out at the moment.
Yep.
Yes. And would that be history being a warlock?
No, actual
Religion. Brilliant. One of the ones I don't actually have training in.
I'm pretty sure Caprix is
course.
hoping that
Because I'm acting.
that her dragon god doesn't change the gender and the race of the Sultan. But she'd be highly amused if that happened.
Well, it would mean he'd lose his office.
Oh my goodness, that could be one way my god would solve things for me.
Yes.
He's done it before.
It's a bit drastic.
She's not asking for that.
No.
I was just considering what the...
Well, the person
What the possible
the person
outcomes
that
might
got
be.
changed didn't have a god protecting him.
No.
No, I managed to get to 17.
And she didn't do it on purpose. She...
Okay, so yeah, so you find yourself in what appears to be a waiting room. There are these strange, colourful books,
I'm so sorry for...
looking like they're made out of papery, sort of glossy stuff, all sitting next to you on a table.
Why does this look like one of Redrian's places?
And there appears to be a number flashing up above a doorway, and you notice you've got this ticket in your hand.
Which is a rather larger number than the one showing, right?
Yep.
Oh, I was going to say, I've got 46 from my fish and chip order. You can have that ticket. 46 doesn't sound too bad, right?
Unless that's saying 2.
Well, you could have 46 and it might be saying 48, which looks like. You gotta wait till it goes round.
Yeah.
Was there a one of these?
At least it's not like the waiting room Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that's true.
While these guys do another program, we're going to thoroughly examine our chambers looking for any.
You gotta do something useful.
Okay, give me or will be a perception roll as you try to find a hidden.
And do I have the time to take it slowly and carefully?
You can, yes.
Because one of my class abilities is if I move and do it at half speed, I get advantage.
Okay.
So,
you do have that time. So you're
yes.
going to be a while doing this.
So I like it. You're just kicking back. What'll
Let's
happen?
thank
What'll
God for
happen?
that because one's a 1.
Well, mind you, I pray to my God.
That
every
one's a
night
16,
anyway.
and you.
Unless
So it's not
we're somewhere
investigation,
you're
it's
not allowed to pray to
perception.
your God.
Weak perception because investigation will be how you open them if you find it.
Yeah.
Okay, my perception is +6, so that's a 22.
I can
Okay, you find what appear to be 3 secret entrances.
Okay,
Just not how they operate.
I'm going to try and work out how to operate
There'll
them.
be investigation on each of them.
Okay.
So while you're doing that, Lani, just kicking back, relaxing.
Juggling, doing cool tricks with her weapons and stuff. Just
Once I
passing the
finish
time.
praying to my God, we all sit like we're a little audience watching Lani, and we're delighted.
Lonnie's perfectly fine with everything that's happening. She's like, well, in worse situations, this is fine.
Yeah, unless you're not in a prison with chains and shackles.
Yeah, but this is nice.
Good
Yeah,
prison.
Lonnie's fine with this.
I don't like prisons.
And there's nice water and there's food, so you know.
Okay, so after
I'm a growing dragon.
after what appears to be an eternity, this number comes up on the screen.
Right. Is there a doorway to actually go through?
Yep, the door opens after the number pops up.
This was a number. Does that mean it's God's unimpressed to be met the
The number might be a subtle or not so subtle point about Ghoul's esteem in relation to his God right now.
And timing, because I haven't actually been doing my prayers every day.
You see, I neglected mine once, and this is why I do mine every night when I'm allowed to.
So I don't pray. Because that way they don't get upset with you if you skip a session.
My God is highly amused by the fact that I'm a child and I tell him everything.
Lonnie for sure has a God just to forget which one it is. I'm pretty sure Lonnie forgets too.
Yes. Well, that's fine.
Lonnie
Someone-
respects it, follows all customs according to her culture to respect the gods, but like, she's chill.
Yes. But I've got a more direct connection to mine. than-
Exactly, yours is a little bit more intense, where I'm
Well,
just
no,
like,
mine's more intense than clerics.
yeah.
I was going to say, you've got a very different relationship than regular people.
A cleric is the representative of their god. I'm one of his chosen.
Yeah.
As you will mean on the chat show.
Yes.
Payne just laughs at you and says,
Well,
that's cute.
Yes. Well, I know you're a
See,
sock.
you're-
Look, I know you're a sock puppet.
Chosen?
Yeah,
First?
soft puppet.
Yeah.
So
He's the sock puppet of something.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, you walk through the door,
Yes.
and you find yourself face to face with what appears to be someone wearing a scientific lab coat, white lab coat with he's got red hair. Maybe you've only qualified for a agent of your god.
Why does this look like one of Redrune's places?
He does remind you of it.
Yes, it does. That's what I'm wondering.
He doesn't answer. And he says, "Sir, you've got something to report." Pulls up what appears to be some sort of clipboard and just looks like he's ready to make notes.
Sorry.
No, I'm not going to do a blast.
No,
I'm not Pain.
I was just saying, this is where you can fix up your whole mistake with the Sultan.
No, it wasn't a mistake. It was the Sultan being a bastard. There really wasn't a way to get out of that, was
I
there?
can't say
No,
I
there was.
disagree.
But it was left up to you to come up with a way to go out. You did give him an out. You gave him a, you have to contact my god roughly to,
I didn't actually say that.
I know,
He just
but-
took it that way.
He did take it that way.
That's not my problem.
I don't.
Well,
It's not my fault.
Well, I was gonna say,
It's not your fault.
It
but
is
you-
totally
you
your
made it your
problem.
problem.
Yes,
So yes, what you tell
because
this
he's the
avatar.
leader of a country. It's his job to be an asshole.
It's his job to get whatever advantage his country can out of any
Yeah.
other person who comes before.
Yes,
Which is why you were rushed to his front.
yes. Because he went, oh, I want to talk to this one.
Yes. This one has potential to give me an advantage.
Yes,
Not many elves of nobility come through in real hour.
that's true.
So
There seems to be a good reason why not very many of them travel.
well, most of the nobles don't travel because by the time they're nobles, they've already travelled for 200, 300, 400 years.
Yeah, they don't need to. I'm still doing that bit. So, without being flowery, I do not need to be flowery at this point. I don't even need to be diplomatic, although it would be politely would.
Yeah, he just
I will-
said, I don't care about diplomacy, just tell me.
do. So I'll tell him what's going on. Clearly, concisely.
So I guess the
Without
direct question
swearing,
is
maybe.
I need to get rid of this Sultan without giving him anything. How do I do that?
No, I don't. I don't need to get rid of the Sultan. I need to get rid of myself from the Sultan.
You need to politely exit the Sultan's.
In which case it's a good thing you're talking to
Sphere
your
of
god, because
influence.
Calcrick's version of events is this Sultan's causing me a lot of trouble. I want them to go away.
Well, yes, but your god's used to you.
Yeah.
Yes. After all I arranged to get you in to see the Sultan, he would rather you actually come to record me.
Sorry, could you put that again?
He said
It
after
sounded-
all
yeah,
he arranged to get you in to see the Sultan, he would
Right.
rather you come to a record with.
That's good to me.
He wants you to make a deal.
So,
Does the 50 guys with suitcases turn up with numbers
Yeah,
on them?
yeah. Make Sultan
Deal,
choose
no
one.
deal.
Deal. Do that.
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
The Sultan might do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ow.
I mean, if you have all the pretty lists.
Literally every one of them are copies of Pain, though.
That would be funny.
Hit me!
That would be
Please
awesome.
end it!
Sorry, that's about some sort of game show, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, deal or no deal.
Okay, no, I never watched it.
Yeah.
No.
It's
I've
basically
only ever seen
briefcases
ads.
with money in it, and money ranging from stupidly nothing to
$1 million.
a decent amount.
It's a game of numbers basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got like 50 briefcases, and one of them will have a huge sum of money, and all the rest will have negligible
It's
amounts.
like each suitcase is half what
Yeah.
the other one was until it gets down to nothing.
And then you bargain to try and get the best amount of money that you can with the bank.
Okay.
And so,
Okay, so yes, he-
a lot of averages or something. We
Yes.
don't work out how
He,
much.
he does
it
say that
potentially
he
be.
placed you with
As I said, I've
various
only ever seen
places in the hopes that you would get into position to make alliances.
So, if this is design, then I'm fine with that. But, yeah.
Is there?
It was sort of dumped on me from height.
As,
This is he's given a few people opportunities. You're the one who's taken up the best so far.
Okay.
He is
If-
appreciative of what you've done.
Yes. Is there anything I should look out for on what's actually being agreed to?
Make it favorable to you.
So, yeah, don't give too many concessions away, but say yes on the lines.
Yes.
Very well.
And you won't be moving your commander.
No, I wouldn't do that anyway.
Seems somewhat cruel. This is a
Um,
beautiful book.
it also has
Keep
political.
mistress.
It also has significant political ramifications if I do that.
I want to touch it.
It's also pretty to touch.
Yes.
It has texture.
Yes.
So he said,
my wife's copy of RuneQuest 2 is like that too, because it's embossed like a cover.
I will give you an insight.
Mark never wants a book that he's not sure about me saying he can get.
Well,
He
you
just
get-
shows me the pretty cover and he
What did
gets
you
it.
get?
19 on the dice.
Okay,
Nice.
so
Yeah, so that's 25.
you realise that he had implied he'd place you with Elsindo's followers as well. So So
Hold on, which he are you talking
the guy with the red hair and
Right.
the lab coat had placed you with Ilsendor's followers as well.
What does that mean?
Meaning he's most likely not following Ilsendor at this point.
Yeah.
Who's not following us?
Me.
You?
Elsendor's my patron,
Right.
but he's just implying that the god I'm presently following as a worshipper isn't Ilsendor.
Oh, okay. Does he say who he thinks you're following?
I know who this guy is.
Or you're following Isildur
His
as
sister
a
follows
religious.
him.
Yeah. He's something similar to Edwin.
Okay.
And has been infiltrating Alfheim for centuries.
Yes. Mel, I can't remember the rest of the name. Raphael. That was the one. Yes, because there's another one that's sort of
Is
similar.
this a good guy or a bad guy? I'm an 8-year-old dragon.
It's the god of his people.
You're
Yeah.
not.
It's a good guy.
He's an
It's-
extremely
But
harsh.
if
lawful
they were to
god.
have this conversation,
But he
this is what it
very-
would come down to Calcrix.
Absolutely.
Is he a good person or a bad person? And Calcrix's version of good is, are they going to kill me and my friends, or aren't they? And it doesn't matter if they're genocidal, as long as they're not going to kill Calcrix and her friends.
That's good
she's
enough.
But
okay.
you
That's
do
good
get-
enough.
You do get
But
the,
the moment you find one of them that is going to turn you into a set of shoes before killing you, yeah, they're bad guys.
Okay, all right. You might need to sit down and have that talk with Calcrix at some
At
point.
some point.
Okay, I just have to
Demons
get.
are bad shit.
Once you wake up.
Although,
you'll-
mind you,
So,
she's pretty loyal to her dragon god.
yes.
So what ramifications would that have for you?
Quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, quite a lot. Because it means that Raphael's taken over worshipper duties from Elsendor.
No, he
No?
he basically
had you worshipping Ilsendor as a.
Oh, as a ruse. That's
As a ruse.
yes. So yeah. So he's
So
actually
he's
been-
like higher than Loki in the trickster category.
A lot of
So
gods
he's-
aren't straightforward.
Got you
Yeah.
worshipping someone else.
And you see, he has a symbol
Yeah.
of a book cover with a star in its center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which represents
Wisdom and celestial learning.
Oh, so
Yeah.
the pretty book.
Yeah.
and when you wake
The
up, your holy
reference was-
symbol is now there.
Was relevant to some degree.
Because you figured out who it was.
Yes.
You
So
you broke
now I
that
have-
part of the illusion.
Yeah.
And you realize you also have a birthmark like your sister's on your face.
Oh, that's going to be a bit of a giveaway.
Unfortunately,
Makeup.
everyone who is an actual a true follower of him has one of those as part of their marked special by the god.
There's this thing called face paint. It works really
know.
well.
Do we have any?
And yours is in the
we
shape
can
of the
get
tree
some.
of Ilfindor.
Oh,
Disguise kits, I'm assuming that includes.
yes, that will include stuff to cover this sort of thing. Ah, yeah. Dear.
See, your good friend Toligus has you covered. Literally. Unintended.
Yes.
Oh, come on, that's the first intended pun I pulled off in like 4 weeks.
Nice.
I feel good. It's a good one.
So yes,
I did one that stopped the room last week.
After
My
game.
other game. I'm not going to tell it
Yeah.
because it's situational as much as anything else. But yeah, I managed to stop an entire group of people.
How do we cope with finding it, the secret passages? Go
so what
in
was your investigation?
there? Just one investigation roll or do one for
We'll
each?
do one investigation roll. Hopefully it's good and we'll do it for all.
Do we have any rerolls on the table?
We should have at least one.
We should have about 3.
Yeah.
Can I use one then?
You can use one.
So that was a 6 is the best.
Yeah, that's, I saw it land. I'm like, eh.
Oh, fuck's sake. It's 24.
24. Okay.
I have a plus 10 investigation. Like, it's not really good investigation, but.
Looking at it, all the secret doors seem to work around the worship of Alkidian.
Oh, so
Yes.
Okay.
Which is the local guy.
You basically need to offer up gifts and prayers to Alkidian to activate them.
Is there any way of bypassing rogue skills?
You have to say-
You think there are, but
Yeah.
if they would not bypass any of the traps. And this place, all the secret doors would be trapped, and they would be lethal.
And
So straight through the roof.
And I have religion.
The secret spell is open sesame.
Considering my arcana and my religion and all that stuff, if Tolkis was to
Yeah,
tell
I'm
me
gonna
any
mention
of
it to you guys.
Tolkis tell me any of that, would I be able to determine what best offerings or gifts to make and make such offerings and gifts?
You would be able to. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. You
Yep.
want to make a religion roll?
Yep. That's a d20 right
Is it that good or bad?
there. It's a 9 plus a 8. Pretty sure. No, 9 plus a 7. So it's like 16. It's not great, but you know. It's better than dot at the bottom's a 9, right? Yeah. So 9 plus 7.
I'm going to find a bit more about Raphael. So I read a little bit about it.
Depends on whether or not he wants Arcana, religion, or
It's about the god, it'd probably be a religion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it doesn't make a difference. They're all plus 7. Arcana
Well,
plus
does it
7.
make a difference to you?
Religion plus 7.
Lonnie's just continuing to flip axes and such. In a slightly impressive way.
I just figure since I'm already skilled at prayers and gifts and things like
Not
that.
for the intention of intimidating, but should any guard perceive it as that, should be like, oh no, I'm just doing a show.
You can take care of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what was your religion?
9 plus 7 is 16. 16.
Yep, you do think with some honouring of Alkadim and use of water, you can open the doors.
Concierge. I'd like some of that ice water, please. So Calcrix will do whatever is needed to give Tolkis whatever advantage he needs
You open the doors with that.
to do things. Because despite all of her childish nature, she does understand the situation could become serious.
Well, we won't necessarily have to use these escape routes, but it'd be good to actually test them out and know that they're there.
Boy Scouting is not necessarily a bad idea in this situation.
No. Well, through the fact, I could probably get myself out of here without a problem. But I suspect that the rest of you aren't up to my stealthiness.
Possibly not, but Calcrix would just call lightning down in the middle of the palace if she really needs to.
And then fly away in the confusion.
Yeah. Taking at least 1 or 2 of her party members with her, depending on what she can do at the time.
And so, okay, so Lowell is back with the others, but by the time you're getting ready to test the secret door,
How you go, bud?
I am.
Nice view, Mark. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I slept badly. It's a pattern from the pillow, obviously.
It's a check. I know you're lying to me.
Yeah, of course. DC 1.
Don't take away my special abilities.
Oh, Maury, you're special. It's okay.
Alright, I'll give you a minus 20 just to sit down. I'm under orders to make a deal, just not to allow it to become too much their-sided.
Oh.
I don't need to consult with anyone else for this. Also, it turns out I've not actually been following Wilsonville. It's just the two I've been thinking I've been doing.
which does explain to you why you've been able to use all this Shadow Elf stuff all this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is fortunately, the god I have been following is a patron of elves and is one of the good guys.
So this escape route we potentially found is not really needed then.
Potentially.
So someone will be to
Keep
check.
it in
How
mind.
can I store things in?
Until you use it.
Kerry's got the...
Lonnie will do a flip. Do something cool. Be like, hey,
Lundy flips over the news.
cool face.
Just do a kickflip.
So elf with pale skin and dark hair has a green tattoo of a tree down the side of his face.
Cool.
That
No, it's
wasn't
not
there.
there.
That wasn't there
You
yesterday.
pulling out any disguise?
Lonnie says you got a lot of catching up to do. She has a couple tattoos.
Just in case, because it can stay there for as long as it needs to. I let who will know about my special ring and whether or not there was a particular powerful spell he'd like to store in my special ring
That would be distinctly useful.
at
I
some
would
point.
Check to see what I'm
Yep.
actually.
Because I'm pretty sure you've got more powerful spells than I do, and
with,
having an extra one with
how does it work
a
with
third party might be useful.
spells for casters who use slots?
What the ring allows. I think it allows anyone who wears the ring to cast a spell.
Yeah.
Just only spellcasters can put it in there.
Yeah.
It
So,
uses
like-
a slot until you regain the slot.
Okay.
But once the
So like
spell's in
you or
there,
I could
it's not a resource.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not going to be down that spell slot
No,
till it's used.
It's,
That's-
I'm putting the spell in. I'm not using up a slot to do so.
Yeah.
It's just I'm casting a spell.
so you use the
So
slot
even
for
though
a
we
day.
possibly won't need it,
Yeah, it doesn't take up any of my slots.
if we all roll one,
It
we've
wouldn't-
got
it
it.
doesn't- cast it in, though.
It doesn't preclude me from using the slot for something else. So as a warlock, I could put in, say, dismissal, which is a brilliant spell to put in a ring like that.
But you are right, he uses up the slot for the day he casts it, and
Or-
then after that,
until
he
I
gets it
get-
back again.
Well, that way the night before is the time
Until
to
I
put it
get
in.
that
It's a
slot
long
back.
rest, yes.
That's what I'm saying. As a
Yeah,
warlock,
that's what I was trying to...
that's what I'm saying.
Shit.
I'll finish it. As a warlock, I can put dismissal in that, which is a third level spell, bloody useful, particularly for someone like you, and then have a 5-minute rest and get the slot back.
Yeah. Because if we do it before we go to sleep, it's ready
Yeah.
for the next day,
Yeah.
and he's got a full.
Well, I can do a short rest as a warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way. If
Well, what it means
Do it
is,
tonight, it's-
yeah, what it means though is I could put that in there.
yeah, and I can
Every
use
time
it.
you use it, I just
Yeah.
replace it.
Yeah.
As long as we get a short rest, I can get my slot back.
Yeah.
As long as he has an hour to prepare, he can give it back to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So dismissal
Yeah.
is what's going in my ring.
Yes.
As if it was a 5th level cast.
Yeah.
Shall we
Dismissal at
Because
5th
we're
level.
not using. Well, even if we use the level up stuff, I still get the points back.
But every spell you cast as a spell is 5th level casting. Always.
Not using level up. Level up is I choose the cast level.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing about having a number of points.
I thought with Warlock, so you always cast at the highest level.
In fifth edition, yes, but not in level up.
They gave it more versatility.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
the one that
You
Will's
make
using.
yeah. What you end up doing in level up is if you cast your spells at the highest level, you can usually do 2. And that's the slots you normally have anyway.
Sorry, Ferdinand.
But if I cast them as lower level things, I can actually cast more spells between rests.
Yeah.
Get more you bang for your buck.
Yes,
Question.
it gives you that extra versatility.
Presuming I had the money,
Basically,
could
similar
I give one of those
similar
rings to
similar
like
a
Eve or
sorcerer.
Grindelwalder?
Technically, yes. More likely Grindelwalder than Eve.
Yeah.
Or limited. But
I think with
Warlocks
Eve, that
get
would
other
be like
things.
a really big belt that would fit.
Eve doesn't really have fingers.
No, but Eve has a stem, so
Yeah.
a number of stems, so
Yes.
she could technically wear it if she wanted to. I'm just thinking about long-term backup plans for later. Getting one for Grindelwalder and putting something in it probably wouldn't hurt
Yeah.
because he's often with us.
Yeah. Do you know what dismissal does?
No idea.
Really, really simple.
Yep.
They make a charisma save.
Yep.
Sorry, they make a charisma save attempt.
Yep.
If they fail, they're out of
So
there.
next time Payne tells a story, I
You
can
could-
cast dismissal.
Yeah, except it's a charisma check. His chances I could make it. However,
No, I just
I
the
know.
theory of it is just amusing.
oh yeah, but it's, it's
Yeah, that's rude.
yeah, it's
That would happen
they
earlier.
are- yeah, they're pushed into another dimensional space, and it's a maintain So you can for up to a minute. So you go, boom, he fails the save, he's not there.
Yeah.
And you can hold him not there for up to a minute.
God, that would be funny if it did work. The timing on that would be just beautiful.
Yes.
But Calcrix is not the sort of person to
Yeah.
I was
do
going to say,
that
is
to
the
her.
verb component of that spell yeet?
Yes, David?
Yes, you can call it.
Is the party together at the moment?
Yeah.
They
Yes.
Yeah, now we are.
Yes.
Where are we?
We're still in the waiting room.
You're in the
we're in our guest
in the
room.
accommodation.
you're in the palatial guest room
Yeah.
for the Sultan.
Yes.
Also known as our
And-
prison.
And I now have a.
Can you guys make that perception check again, please?
Yes, I now have a tattoo of a tree, green on the side of my face.
Natural 20.
Did you say natural 20?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
I got an 18.
I got a natural 19.
And see my modifier.
Everybody knows
was
with
it?
Calcrix.
Yes.
26.
Don't worry about it, that's all I need to know. Oh wow, actually even more. Okay. Wow, I was not expecting that.
That's my thing.
That's what pays.
Well, hold on, I think Will actually got a higher score.
Yeah, I got 25.
Oh, there you go.
No, you didn't, but I am looking for the natural 20 here.
Yeah. Close.
So, in behind a vase that has some beautiful flowers on it, you see shining, oh so bright, but only to you, a very odd and wrongly placed looking gem.
Ah.
Do you wish to touch it?
And no,
Go
I
on, you're a
shouldn't.
thief.
Lick it.
I will I'll examine it.
Okay.
Can he examine it?
Yeah. It is a very large, very expensive looking blue gem. It doesn't look like it's supposed to be there.
I will slip it into my pouch.
You're really lucky that Calcrix hasn't
Stop.
rolled 20 yet.
Did you touch it?
He had to.
Yeah. I'm gonna regret this.
Payne immediately looks at you with the deathliest of stares. Do you look back at him?
You can feel him looking at you. It's quite obvious. There's this like heat mark
I
on
will
that side.
look back at him.
Right.
Is that where you go?
You and only you
Like a cat.
see. The best way to describe it is a cross between an air elemental and a blue goblin.
What the?
Well, we don't know that. Only Tolikas knows
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Where did you find that?
Huh? What was that?
I think you said
Where
that.
did you find that?
There's this thing there.
Out in the open, obvious.
Why is it there?
I don't know. It's there. It's sitting there. It doesn't belong.
Bad record keeping.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Can I make a crack at a knowledge skill to see if I can work out what the hell it is?
Sure. That would be history might give you some idea of what's going on there.
Not a clue.
Yeah.
It's under 10.
Under 10? Make it up. What do you believe it is?
Oh dear.
It's a suppository.
Is it a suppository?
No, it's
Oh God,
Please make it a suppository. And then pocket it for when you're having trouble later. That Yalaran food does not go well
I
for
will
you.
slip it into my pouch.
Can he pick it up and put it in his pouch?
Yes.
Apparently he's pocketed the gem.
As soon as you stop touching the gem, Payne goes back to his regular motor hobo.
Okay. Maybe it tickles.
Now you can just keep touching the gem.
I'll just put my hand in my pouch and just touch it. And does he pick the way it was, or?
Your soul is being experimented with.
Light goes off, light goes off, light goes off, light goes off.
So if you ever want to entertain yourself,
Eventually you hear someone saying, "Stop booking me!"
I'm just going to keep this
Well,
to myself
more
for the
work.
moment because I don't want to upset Payne. I told a bad story and he tried to kill me. So I don't know what he'd do if I started handing this gem out to everybody to laugh at him. So, but I'll just keep it in my pouch. Did anyone do me like a side handshake so I can slide in without these guys noticing? Or
I was gonna say we weren't even noticing.
I didn't notice the gem
Look.
at all. I didn't see it.
You did, however, notice Payne yelling at him.
You did hear Payne yelling,
Yeah.
so Payne was yelling something. But by the time you looked
But
at,
Payne yells all the time. So how is this
Not
different?
really.
No, he's normally just growling.
shall we? Do we wish to check out the secret passages or leave it till we're desperate? But it would be useful, I suppose, to know where they go before we have to use them. If we have to use them in a hurry.
passages will most likely not be quiet.
I say hold on to it because
Yeah.
if the diplomatic discussion goes well and we don't need to do it, then although while that would be useful and interesting, it is probably not a lesson we want to learn right here, right now.
Yeah, because the problem with the passageways being not quiet, it's more...
Could be a lot of fun,
It's going to
so-
be as noisy as the noisiest one of us.
Look, if you do decide to do it, Calcrix is not going to stop you.
Oh, no. If Telecus wanted to get out of here, he would get himself out over the walls.
So yes, you end up having a restful night with, I'm sure, the murder hobo hovering over someone at some point during the night.
Yep, all night. He never stopped staring. He's never stopped staring daggers at you.
Has anyone else noticed?
They probably don't mind too much, 'cause it's not them.
Literally does not care about what is going on at all. Anything. The whole party could be on fire. He'd still be staring. He'd still be staring daggers at you.
Lonnie will notice, like still flipping axes or whatever as she's going to bed. She'll notice Payne doing death stares at Telecus, and she'll just give Telecus a look and be like, ah, and go to bed.
At least it's not, look, he's into you.
Exactly. Well, maybe for Payne this might be that. I don't know.
At that point, you probably know both of them doing something horrible to you.
Absolutely.
So it's something to avoid.
I'm just going to avoid looking at his lips or anything, because I can lip read as well, which is horrible.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
You could give the gem to him. He might stop staring at you like that.
I have a feeling that if he could take the gem or touch the gem himself, he would have.
Calcrix would have given it to him straight away. 'Cause she doesn't like upsetting people. She's a people
Especially
pleaser.
people named Payne.
Exactly.
She's a people pleaser.
Also, Payne kind of likes her.
No?
See? There you go.
What's not to like?
If he is an experiment, I will hand it to Payne.
Okay, so he's handling the gem as he goes to hand it to you.
As soon as you handle it, you get like a cross between a blue and a blue goblin and an air elemental,
Yeah.
and he backs away from you with hate in his face.
So his normal look.
Yeah. But this time only at you, not everyone.
Awesome. Just what I needed. The hate goblin.
Do you forcibly touch him with the gem?
No, I'm not a prick.
He doesn't want to be stabbed.
There's that too.
It's the
Or
I mean, if you're backing away from it, like I was handing it to you to see if you take it, but if you're backing away from it, I put it back in the pouch because
It's better than saying, hey, drop it in a slingshot and fling it his way. That could be worse.
yes.
well, Payne's not looking. Stab with the gem. Yeah, no.
Did you?
Well, Payne's never not looking, so he doesn't really have that choice.
But I have the ability to actually probably got a good skill.
Well, I mean, look, occasionally Payne does have to sleep,
Yeah.
sort of.
he sleeps as much as
Payne is one of my party members. It's not I'm not going out of my way to do anything bad to him.
No, he wouldn't return the favour.
Well, no, but
Yeah, well, that's not my problem.
well, we're the good guys. You don't have to be.
Okay, so morning comes rather brightly.
Just don't know which one of these ones to talk.
Sound of music permeates the room, as you believe there is an actual band playing outside to gently wake everyone up. Being coming to America.
Before all of that happens, the smell of beautiful aroma of coffee gently comes into the room as Cal Cricks very quietly prepares coffee for everyone with bread and waffle and some kind of breakfast. But Cal Cricks' breakfast is usually cookies. She's a dragon. She doesn't have to watch her weight.
If I left the palace, I'd be escorted by the Sultan's guards, yeah? And the university would have books of knowledge and stuff.
They do. Holy
And
books.
I can get you straight into the university if you want a companion.
All holy books, all written in a language other than Thayat.
That's fine.
I can translate.
Yeah, but the problem is, the reason I want to go to university is I don't want to spill Payne's secrets to more people.
Cal Cricks is going to be pretty much oblivious no matter what you look at. She will literally feed you the information and have no freaking idea.
Do I know that about Caltrix?
Calcrix is always happy to help.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
I can read anything you want, Red.
You could take
Oh, no.
could take pain.
Yes, Payne, would you like to come for a little trip to the library with me? Or I could take
Do you
Caltrix.
want me? Do you want me to come with you?
Yes. Well,
Is it your wish?
I'm going to try.
I'm fine. I shall come with you.
Okay. We'll do
As
that.
you wish.
But what he really meant by that was, I hate you and I want to stab you in your sleep.
Absolutely.
So you can ask Cal Cricks along if you want to. She's already been to the university.
We'll
She
take
could give you
Caltrix
access
along
to
and
your
we'll
books.
disappear.
Look, she
So Lani stays to protect Lua.
she could be happy to be absolutely oblivious.
Yeah, I have to protect the squishy boy that heals me.
Yep.
Okay, so as you head off, the guardsmen
Oh,
tell
wait a
Lua.
minute. Is this at the same time that Kula's going?
Yes.
I would choose to stay with
Yeah,
Kula.
it's fine. Payne.
You don't need me that much.
Well, they don't come until after the others depart.
Okay, well,
So
I would
if you-
still, if there was some chance, I would not leave him alone.
Okay, in which case then the two of you depart,
Yep.
hand in hand.
No.
Oh, go on.
No.
Such a nice visual.
No. We'll leave them to do what they do and how they do
I
it.
probably have Payne
What-
walking behind me, just staring
I
daggers
just-
into my back.
No. What Lani writes in her slash fic is a different thing.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, just so that you both know,
I'm right.
we are a non-judgmental family.
I was gonna say, I have done some helpful ghostwriting
For Drazzle.
for Drazzle. So like
Yeah.
my slash fic, this is exactly what I'm gonna be telling Drazzle when we get back.
Absolutely.
When we get back to him, I have to tell him.
I'm sure
about
he's
all
already
this.
writing notes.
Oh, yeah, I'd say Drazzle's probably, Drachma's, doing his survival stuff and just enjoying nature, and Drazzle's writing furiously
Again.
fast the whole time.
Lonnie likes a good long story.
Okay, so yes, the two of you head to the university. While
Probably
that's
took
happening,
Caltrix that
Luell
time.
and his guests are invited to meet the Sultan. Apparently he's got a response.
Yes, and I will be thinking about the best way to put our side or my side of the agreement. So I'll walk in there at least moderately prepared.
Okay.
Well, that's it. I wouldn't leave you because I wouldn't have gone to the trouble of having the spell put in the ring if I was going to go wandering off to the library. So
Yeah.
I probably won't have to do anything.
You find yourself in front of the Sultan with a big table that wasn't here before, with a map of the region on top of the table.
This could be interesting.
And he has a couple of scrolls on his side. He just as you to sit at the other end.
And do so.
And he says that after a few words with my god last night, he suggested this proposal. He outlines a proposal where he and your clan come to an agreement of non-opposition to any plans that one might have or not have in regions other than those which you currently reside.
Ha! I like that.
If I start a war with X, you won't
Yeah.
start a war with me. Is that
Yeah.
what we're talking?
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I said.
And also, we won't invade each other.
Agreed neutrality.
Yes.
Yes.
The problem is, what if
Um,
but how does that affect your other alliances that you may already have?
I don't have any yet.
Yeah,
not as a clan leader.
His clan has not actually made any alliances
This
as
is-
yet.
So
This
that
is
would
the
be
first one.
something the Sultan may have picked up on. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you're a new clan. Here,
Well,
let's
the-
make a
Well, that's the thing, is Sultan's going, well, if I get it on the ground floor...
Yeah. It's
Because-
not.
Well, this is the thing.
It's a smart thing to do.
Well,
Absolutely.
I actually told him exactly what's going on, because the story I gave was, here is the elfin political situation, which includes, I'm a new clan leader. It's like
And-
weeks old.
And he won't act for any other clan in Elfin against
Yeah.
Luel, is what his agreement was.
Yeah.
Which Luel's finding quite more desirable right now after his
It's-
recent news.
Yeah, it's actually probably rather more favourable than the Sultan thinks it is. Unless of course Al-Qadim has already told him exactly what's going on from his side, which I given. Hold on. I think he has. I think Raphael and Al-Qadim have probably already got a deal going behind the scenes. And all I'm doing is at the moment is saying yes to it.
All you're doing is ratifying a physical thing which might be happening spiritually as well.
Exactly, that's my point. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's the deal already exists. I just have to acknowledge it because I've got to be the one to say yes.
Because this one doesn't penalize you,
No.
but it does stop you invading.
Yes. Yeah, and he's made it very open because, well, he can. He doesn't have any other deals.
But he does have
as
other
constraints.
scrolls.
Right. Yes.
He asks if
So-
you're happy to agree to this agreement.
To that agreement, certainly.
He signs his name on behalf of Yalarum on that and hand it over to you.
I read it carefully.
He does say exactly what he's saying in both Elvish and Yalari. So using both languages.
And they do agree with each other exactly.
They do, except worded differently. They mean
Well,
the same
yeah.
thing.
Yes, the meaning is the
The
same.
meaning is the same.
Yeah, the wording, of course, it's going to be different.
Though he's very much legalese version of it.
Of course.
If
I can
we,
read- but I
on
can read-
behalf of Clanwell,
But I can read
which
anything,
includes the rest
including...
of us.
Yes, because you're all well.
Yes.
Yeah, but I can read anything, including legalese.
So that's basically
So-
that's the equivalent of a peace treaty.
Yes. Which
Yep.
I'm fine with. So I will sign it.
Okay, he pulls out his snake scroll. And this one is a agreement of trade between your clan and the Emirates. Not specifying what it is, but just that
A statement of open trade and an agreement to discuss anything if anything goes wrong, rather than just reacting.
less
Sort of
that,
thing.
it's more an agreement of protection for the rights of Yalarum and Alfheim to trade with you. Giving you the right to trade with Yalarum as a representative of Alfheim, which means that they're likely to protect you from bandits along the way.
Yes, because to do otherwise is counter to cost effectiveness. I will caveat the trade in Alfheim to
Well, they said specifically
only-
your clan.
Yeah, my clan lands. I can't say anything for anyone else. But if you have an agreement with me, then you will be allowed through halfling lands to get me. As long as nothing goes wrong there, and that's something else we can deal with my people looking after them. Right? So, carefully read that. Go over the bits.
It is tricky in the point of basically you're providing protection to them in the Elven lands as long as they don't breach on customs. Whereas they provide protection for you in your Laram lands as long as you don't breach your Laram customs.
Yes, and that may just be sort of, hi, we're sending a guard along with you while you're in our lands. That's all you're generally going to need. So yes, I've got no problem with that one.
Okay, the next one he brings out is very much a intelligence sharing agreement.
That I'm going to
Providing information on the surrounding lands and customs of people.
Not Alfheim itself, because that would be just rude asking me for that one.
Well, very few people would actually share their own nation, but they're more than happy to share the nation beside them.
Of course.
So it's basically information sharing, intelligence gathering.
But it's exactly like Loki City. I'm not going to tell you my stuff, but I'll tell you his.
Yeah, exactly.
Except at a state level.
And the final one he has is...
So I will say this to them.
The final one he has is consider it a defense pact. If you initiate the defense pact, you generally end up having to pay restitution for any losses or stuff incurred in your defense. And the same goes if you incur his defense, you have to pay restitution for any losses occurred in your defense as well.
Yes. Which means, of course, any call for help is going to be as little as possible.
Or as much as you can afford to send, because basically if it's lost, it will be repaid in full.
Yes. Yes. And of course, if our trade goes well, I can afford to do that properly as well.
Yes.
Which is another reason to make sure our trade works.
Which most people would not want to enter into unless they knew it was mutually beneficial.
Yes. This one it is because it's actually more balanced our side.
So if you're ever attacked as a nation, he will then come to your clan while your clan is attacked.
Or,
But
no,
yes,
he just
because it is
wants to
specifically
revolve around
rated
and
your
have
clan.
people
Yes.
Nothing refers to Alfheim as a nation.
That's right. Yes, because I don't speak for Alfheim. Of course, if anyone attacks our clan lands, they've got to come through other bits of Alfheim to get to it, and they get to do other stuff.
But hey, having a nation of desert holy warriors come to your aid is not a bad thing to have in your resume.
Yeah. Especially if other elves decide to attack. Hi, we've got iron armored paladins coming.
Just remember to have deep pockets for it.
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely yes. Just to treat that being cute. So, yes, I will sign that one.
And they seem to be the only treaties he had in mind to sign, because anything else was not beneficial for his nation. So he thanks you for your time and wishes you safe journeys.
Could I have copies of all of
You
those
do
so
get
I can
copies of
go?
Well, the thing is, the originals are then
In triplicate?
put somewhere safe with the gods, while they take the copies that then used elsewhere.
Are you guys have the opportunity to try and get some more stuff for yourself?
That is one of the things I was thinking about on the way here. As a player, I can't think of anything more I could really ask for, except possibly guarantee
Water
of safety.
rights? Teasing.
Yeah,
Well, the trade contract gives you safe travel.
yeah.
The information contract means that they're likely to tell you stuff that no one else knows about because their informants are widespread.
Yeah.
and they hate both the Thaiations and the Alphatians, which not many people actually have gone to war with both.
Yeah. And survived.
Embassy. It's a little landhold or something. No, you probably have to give them.
I would have to give them a space as well.
Mostly when you do the embassy thing, you do generally have to give separate parcels of land of equivalents, not value, but equivalents.
Yeah, but given the existing treaties, I wouldn't want to set the embassies up until after it's actually started up, as in trade has actually started. So I would mention the idea of once things have settled down a little bit, we can formalise the relationship of both things with an embassy in each place.
He recommends waiting to see how the next few years unfold before embassies are discussed, because what may be may not be by that time.
Yes, exactly.
And prominence can change. He raises a drink to you to say, hopefully your clan rises in prominence.
Well, seeing it's very new, it's
And what he
hard.
says.
It's hard not to
I was
go.
gonna s-
I'm going to let that fly.
All in all, just giving you a great boon in the gamble that Clanwell will stand greatly.
Well, this is the thing. Well, my point is, we're new. We can only go up. He's just told me he knows I'm a shadow elf.
Oh, so there you
And news for you. Even if you think you're at the bottom, you can still go down.
Shut up.
go.
Being
No,
public
going-
service teaches you is that.
Well, no,
Going down is going
from
in.
here is not becoming not a clan again.
Yeah.
We're going down
The
from here,
clan-
which is the hollow world.
Yeah.
The clan itself can only go up.
Dinosaurs. Sorry.
Dinosaurs are on the outer world too.
Now that would be
Yeah,
something to
yeah,
get
we spent time with those dinosaurs.
that would be something to get from out. Get a dino.
He's sick.
You might want more of a drake than a dinosaur because you can reason with a drake.
Yeah. Tyrannosauruses, when they decide that you're a food, no matter how much you convince them that you want to ride them, they still decide that you're still food, and they will try to eat you off their back.
Well, then you ride them
Unless it's the
on the
hollow,
inside.
unless it's the Hollow World T-Rex written by Hitler in Iron Sky Zone,
Yeah, no, well, that's...
I think that was a little different.
which was smart enough to not only take orders but knew how to do a Nazi salute.
How do you do...
With tiny arms.
No, you actually see it in the promo.
That's really fun.
No, that's one dinosaur that I'd be happy to see extinct, but for very different reasons. Look, I was brought up with my Lucia's stories of concentration camps, so
yeah.
I find it really hard to laugh at Hitler. I know people do, and I know it's important for a reason, but
Yes.
it's just really hard.
So yes, you've managed to get a great information from this guy. You've managed to make great alliances. Is there something the world wishes to ask in
Ariel,
return?
What do you want from the Sultan?
Things, because you have not actually asked for anything in all
Well,
of
that's the
these
thing.
offers here.
I'm trying to think of something.
Arion would like a lifetime supply of triple smoked Sultan ham.
There you go.
Delivered to him every night at around 10 o'clock, preferably.
My good looking redhead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, he stopped meowing after I put that in, so obviously
Obviously, it's a good one.
that was what he wanted me to pass on.
Yeah. Well, at least he's not very big, so it doesn't need a lot of hair.
No.
He does offer you a carpet.
I want a carpet. What do I need to do to that? I probably don't have the
You can fly.
carpet.
Yeah.
He
Flying carpet.
can have coffee while flying.
Exactly.
That's true. It's very hard to.
But you don't have to flap your wings.
It's very hard.
Exactly.
Very hard to make coffee and flapping.
Calgrix would love a flying carpet if she could figure out how to get one of those. So, you know, take the carpet.
I am very grateful and very thankful, and it is an amazing carpet.
It is done in colours of blue and yellow. Intricate drawings.
Perfect.
Yes, it's Ukrainian.
Yes, also my favourite colours.
Well,
I
blue
also have
for
a-
what they want the country to have more
Yeah.
of, and yellow for what the country is.
Yes.
I have a
Sand.
natural
Actually similar to the Ukrainian flag in that way.
My grandfather was Ukrainian.
Yes.
If you ever want to hear a really great story, ask me about the photos up in the kitchen of my busia and the sidecar and motorbike she stole from the Germans
Might be a good
to
after
sneak
the
her,
thing.
her husband out of German camp.
Nice.
Sorry, I had to finish the sentence.
Okay.
Yes.
So you get a nice, pretty carpet.
A friend of mine's Ukrainian.
Do they give?
Who was misnamed by his grandfather.
Everyone keeps changing my Ukrainian name to Greek or Italian.
He was. His grandfather had been having a few drinks. For some reason, for family reasons, his grandfather was the one to name him.
I was going to say, we're talking about people from the Slavic nation. I don't mean to profile them because I am one of them.
Yeah,
but
but-
drinking and children, like as soon as
Yeah.
kids are born, drinking is had.
Yeah,
but
in
we
this-
shouldn't.
in this-
You guys remember when we were playing D&D?
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Maybe.
Sorry.
Sort of.
So yes, you've been given a magic carpet,
Yes.
and the activation is in honor of Alcadim,
Mm-hmm.
because all their magical items have some sort of worship of Alcadim associated with them.
Which is fine, but
Yeah.
considering all magic items are associated with a particular god anyway, to some extent or another.
It's the people who make it worship something.
You might as well make it obvious.
Well, isn't making these items a part of your worship?
That's part of it too. Yeah. It's why when you're combining magic items, the best way is to get something and have something else enchanted off on top of it, rather than combining actual items.
And they give you a standard with your house symbol,
I am very thankful for that.
and it also has the holy symbol of Raphael on there too.
Everybody knows. This is not a secret. Everybody knows.
As well as Ilsundal, but the other one they're both there.
Yes. Well, it's more sort of the Sultan has really, really good information gathering,
I was gonna say.
and he's
Seems,
proving it.
seems that Alcadim is very connected.
This is probably
The
also.
looks of things is Raphael is above Ilsundal on the banner.
Yeah, so this is also.
I think the only person who's going to have a problem with that is probably Ilsundal. And probably
He's-
not.
Probably not.
This is probably the
considering who he
Sultan
is.
telling
Oh no,
that he
that
knows.
no, no.
You also see the symbol for Mazikeen on there too.
It's a bit like.
Oh, now that's an interesting one. Now, Raphael above Ilsundal is Raphael doing that.
I was going to say, he's as subtle as a bull in a china shop. But
having Mazikeen on there as well. That gets
That's
a bit
interesting.
Interesting.
Mm.
No, there's a good reason for it. The legendary staff that I have is the staff
Yeah,
of Mazikeen.
Mazikeen.
The thing is, I've met Mazikeen. Yeah.
He's making notes as well, so you need to remember that shit.
Oh yeah. No. Yes.
That'll come back to bite us later. Preferably not a T-Rex kind of way.
No.
It would be interesting if it was, but I'm not like next in that too.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Oh god.
Be a good way to go.
Yeah, if you're gonna go, that's
Getting eaten by a god dinosaur is a good way to do it.
yeah.
Alright.
That's not how we go doing this.
Let's not do that.
Best
No.
kid's dinosaur.
I've got my dismissal spell, so that'll work.
It will.
You stand there and try dismissing it while the rest of us run, and we'll see how you go.
Yeah, Calcrix will, and then everyone will flee, but it's because her dragon god turned up. It's happened to her before. She's like, everyone ran away. Oh, I did good. And behind her is a huge dragon god doing stuff, and she's got no clue. She's about as clueless as an 8-year-old dragon can get.
So yes, Lowell now has a standard, which has been handed to Lani.
That I get to carry.
Yeah.
Yay.
You get to be
Well,
the...
you're the-
Oh, well, now
you're the
you're
warrior
standard
standard
bearer.
I am the warrior. Makes sense.
Yes.
Um,
And also, it's Yeah, well, as a clan, I need a standard bearer too. But yeah,
You need to add to those titles, especially since you lost a few.
Ooh, what would we?
You misplaced them.
Well, standard bearer of Clan Lowell is a title.
There we go. That is
There you
the
go.
title. I'm adding
You
that
may
to my
add
titles.
that
I remember
to
where I
your-
put my title.
and that's an official title, not just one you gave yourself.
Exactly.
The Pixies gave her provided to Pixies.
Yes.
So, you know,
'Cause
not
she
all
fed
the
them.
titles are self.
Yeah, it's an official one, just
Yeah.
really localized.
Yeah.
And Lowell does know that Raphael and Mazikeen have a lot in common.
Yes.
More so than Ilsendal does with either of the two.
Yes, because both of them are energy and technology.
Well,
And to
Ilsendal's
an
also
extent-
energy, but he's not technology.
I know.
He's anti-technology.
Yes, but wisdom and energy, and yeah,
So do we get to scram now?
You do get to leave.
yes. You got,
Though there is a room made for the procession of Clan Lowell leaving.
There's a room?
There is room made for you. So
Oh, rumour.
room.
Room.
They clear the area as you walk.
Oh,
so people,
okay. Yeah.
As you're getting the diplomatic exit from
Okay,
the
yeah.
city.
So people are literally clearing the way. Is this like having a police escort?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so there's an escort.
So I'm assuming that this negotiation took more
I
time
was-
would have taken to go to the library.
So while they're doing that,
That would take
Yeah, I was going to say.
but yeah,
so it would have taken most of a day to get through. So you're at the library. You show
You've got
up.
plenty of
We're leaving Payne and Tolkien behind us.
no, we're not.
No, we wouldn't do
So
that.
you reach the library.
Kick them on the way through.
You hear the discussion of how a dragon came the day before, and everyone's talking about the dragon who showed up on New Student Day. People were disappointed they didn't sign up for classes, but hey, maybe there's
Only if they did long
and just
distance.
on and on about dragon and
I try and get someone's attention. If I don't get anyone's attention, I ask Payne to get someone's attention.
Payne.
and
did
Payne
that.
poach you.
No?
Payne poach you. You're someone.
Payne would do that actually.
Yeah, we will probably.
Nah, he's not saying anything unless he has to.
Oh, okay, that's
Okay, so yes,
that's useful.
you eventually get someone who has what appears to be a holy symbol of Alcidium around her neck, but also she has twin sabers to her waist as well.
This could be a holy warrior or something.
Most likely a paladin, meaning you've managed to get one of the most honoured people of the place to speak with you. She looks you up and down and sort of pauses for a moment and then just shrugs and says, how can I help you?
I'm looking for information.
Depends on what it's about.
Yeah, I'm not a very scholarly person myself.
That's not surprising. Your people have a reputation for burning books instead of reading them.
So not very scholarly. Cannot borrow.
So I'm still not aware what was the other thing? Sorry,
The Pearl Islands.
so the Pearl Islands aren't known for their book burning. But anyway,
The Titans have a reputation for burning anything that doesn't agree with them.
Did she say that, or you just letting Policus
She
know
says that.
Okay.
yeah, I'm actually more a Pearl Islander than I'm just foundation. Yeah.
But you're part of the same nation.
I am looking for books on gems that may have influence over spirits.
There are lots of gems that have influences over spirits, especially those that create or harness the elemental natures and stuff. What colour is it?
Let's say, for
Don't
example,
admit to having the gem. If she says what color it is, if you just say it's blue, she's gonna know you have a blue
I'm
gem.
actually going to
Can you let the character play the character, please?
Sorry.
Yes.
And Alucas isn't knowledgeable about magical stuff. So
Oh,
he
fair
may
enough.
actually
Yeah,
say it.
yeah.
What does Alucas say?
Oh, it's just the way you said it. Sorry.
Policus is going to make an insight check just to make sure that there's no, like, 'cause the question does seem a bit odd to him. Oh, there's an 18 on the dice, my insight is +6, I think is my hang on, let's have a look. Telecast. Yeah, Telecast isn't in, like, I might not know, but it was very interesting the way you asked the question did trigger his
Sorry, that's why I'm like, he's asking that in a very particular manner.
yes.
That's usually trap.
I always do.
24.
24. Okay, with your insight, you think she is asking you about a description of the item which you may have seen or be holding, but depending on how you answer that, you will let her know whether you've seen it or you actually have it.
I've heard of a gem of the, I know, described blue, but I'm going to use deception here to make it sound like it's something I've heard of that we may be looking for where we're going. So it's not something we have now.
Something you're in search of.
Yeah, it's something that we've been maybe had inquiries made for us to find.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
She's a paladin.
And you're in a temple of truth.
Yeah.
University is literally a temple of truth.
Yeah,
So your character wouldn't know that, so...
That's what I said. I never made this an issue beforehand because you weren't actually trying to lie at that stage. And while you intend to suggest someone else, you find yourself saying, I've got it right here in my pocket. She looks at you and goes, you were trying to mislead me there, weren't you? I want to watch what you try to say. If you say a lie here, a lie can get you thrown out.
Payne pipes up for a second. He was only trying to make sure that an object that he thought was far more valuable than what it is was not taken from him. And does not know what it is he wants to find out.
I have no desire to take anything from a seeker of knowledge.
Okay. Just
You seek knowledge?
Yes, I do. Can I just talk to my friend for a second?
Is he your friend? Give me a will save.
Okay, did you pronounce that with quotes around it?
16.
16.
Friend, colleague.
You don't say friend, you say acquaintance.
Yeah, that's right.
And you can feel yourself twitch as you say acquaintance. As you know, magic has forced you to say another word.
Okay, but basically...
She laughs as you
Is that like how the word frenemy ended up becoming a word? Yeah.
How much information do you want me... are you happy for me to try and gather, Payne?
What are you trying to find out?
What this gem has that only I've seen and it affects you somehow. I want to make sure...
Did you think to ask me?
I'm asking you now. It was a bit hard to ask you when all I was getting was the death stares, focused on me and me alone, unlike the general.
Are you serious? Is that why we're here? You just want to know about the gem?
Yes.
You are dumber than you look, and that's saying something.
Please be nice.
Ouch.
That was him being nice.
Yeah.
I'm holding the gem.
Did your character actually say please be nice?
Yes, I did.
Were you holding the gem?
Oh.
Yes, I was.
Oh, he does.
He's going to be very nice now.
I don't know if I can be nice, but I will attempt to be helpful.
Okay.
That's actually better.
Yeah. That's answered my question about the gem. What are you?
What do I look like?
No idea. You're like a blue goblin surrounded by air.
Then I am a blue goblin surrounded by air. You see the truth.
Whatever it happens to look like.
Okay.
Maybe you dream of a blue goblin surrounded by air.
So, yeah, maybe we don't want to actually involve the paladins of Atruaghin. This could be bad because. See, it's a lot nicer when we talk nicely, isn't it? Rather than you wanting me dead. Why can't you?
No, it's not.
So yeah, that's a good question. Why?
What power does the gem have over you? Why can't you touch it?
The gem has no power over me as such, and I can touch it.
Does it hurt you when you touch it?
Not in the general sense, no.
So,
Oh
yes.
my!
So only where he's touching it.
Okay.
I don't know. One's got to wonder about his name.
Why are you called Pain?
Because I was forced to do things against my will, and every time I don't do them, I experience pain.
Okay. On the scale of 1 to 10, 1 being kicking a puppy and 10 being building an orphanage for lost puppies,
Oh.
what is your preferred reactions to things?
Sorry, I actually missed the second part of that. Can you say that again, please?
You got too caught up in the first one.
Okay.
Sorry.
So basically, I'll give you one end of the scale is kicking puppies around, and the other one is building a nice big kennel and nice warm kennel for them. Where do you fall in your preferred actions? If you had a choice, what end of that scale would you choose?
Well, growing up, we were always taught that dogs were food. But, and you know, if you were to farm food,
Yeah, I knew this was going. I'm like,
you would make a kennel.
exactly.
But I don't think that's being nice to them, do you? Do you think?
What are you
That's
going to
very
eat
odd.
them if you put them in a kennel too?
Well, the little
Yes,
puppies
but
will
not-
tell me each.
I was never Nathan, however, I have always been fond of dogs as companions.
And
But,
now,
And
you know, they
me.
do make a good stew as well.
People keep pigs.
it's a bit rough.
They also love bacon.
Okay. So when you feel pain, is that because you're being too nice?
No.
Okay.
It's when he wants to do the bad things.
So on a scale of Caltrix to
I am so glad I'm not here because
What-
Calcrix would be just like,
what is our reference to somebody who's badass, like evil, bad?
not Calcrix.
No, you're the opposite end.
Just say not Caltrix.
I would like to put in here that if you'd seen me calling lightning down on trolls, you might have a very different view of what Calcrix can do. But she
Martin,
thinks that
yep.
someone's in danger.
Payne looks to the paladin. What is the paladin doing right now?
Paladin is sort of standing off to the side, not listening in because he asked for a moment.
Oh. Okay.
Sounds like
Payne
the
looks
wind went out
back.
of his sails.
Payne looks back. What? Just ask a question.
Okay.
This is boring and annoying.
All right. Is your preference for action to murder everybody inside?
Are you asking if I'm evil?
Yes.
Oh God! Why didn't you just ask?
Please quote the Metallica song. Please know who Metallica is.
First of all, nothing else matters. Some might say that I'm frantic. Tick, 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 tock. Would you like a plethora of Metallica quotes? 'Cause I have
No.
most.
That's all good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, am I evil? Well, sometimes I am. And if
Technically,
this was,
oh, sorry.
I can't actually answer as for the quote, but I would love to.
No, because
am I-
the "Am I evil? Yes, I am" is "I am evil because I am man, and you're a goblin."
Yeah, exactly. Well, am I? I don't know.
I don't
Am
technically
I
know this, though.
evil? It depends on how you define evil. Do I have any regard for most humanoids and their lives? No. However, am I allowed to do things that are evil? No.
Alright. But I'm guessing the not allowed to do things that are evil is not by choice.
Correct.
Hence.
Alright.
But then, as I said, it all comes down to perspective.
Player character. Please just let him go through his stupid questions.
Oh no, I'm prepared. I was just
Alright, I'm going to leave it at that
Commentating.
because I've got an idea here and I just don't know if I want to bring it up to these guys. That you're some evil goblin spirit controlled by a gem. Or something stopping you from
Do
being
you
evil.
say that?
No, I'm talking to myself there.
Are you talking to yourself or thinking to yourself?
Thinking to myself.
Okay, yeah.
Payne the character looks to the camera and just shrugs.
Very nice. Very nice.
I should be more prepared for these questions.
Okay, and as you seem to finish talking, the paladin walks up to you and says, "So, now conferring with your acquaintance, did you want to ask any further questions?"
No, I'm fine.
Well, take your evil minion and go.
Okay, cool. How do you know he's evil?
Paladin.
Oh, yeah.
She just looks at you.
Okay, because it was of the trees, I'm going.
Payne looks at the paladin and says, "Why did the stupid one get it?"
She looks at you and says, "Unfortunately, that's life."
I'm the most
If only
magical
I
member of our
could die.
party.
Now they don't. So.
I am the least magically inclined person in
And
this
she pats you on the shoulder and says, "And now you're responsible for all his actions." As she walks back into the
what?
universe.
Sorry, Chelsea, you don't want the conversation to end there.
Excuse me, Paladin, what do you mean, responsible?
Well, obviously, I can see a magical attachment between you and this evil being beside you. And apparently it does what you ask. So, you are now its responsibility and moral code. So, good luck with
Fun
that.
with that.
Oh, Jesus.
No, we don't have one of those here. We call him Al-Qadim, not Jesus.
So it's just ask Al-Qadim, not just ask
And
Jesus.
Al-Qadim says, be good to fellow man and kill all those Phaeton dogs.
Why did I have to roll so good?
So, I'd like you to know that this is the curse of sounding like Mark, and because you sound like Mark, I will always treat you like Mark, and that doesn't bode well
That's
for you
not
or your
fair.
characters.
That really isn't fair. I'd just like to.
That's alright, man.
I'd just like to.
This actually really... I'm going to be
Believe me,
prepared
you are
to-
going to see some shit, man.
But she says,
The last one of Mark's characters who directly interacted with me turned into the owner of a gigantic sex cult and married two demons, two succubi.
Where's
she
the outside?
she says she'll pray to you in the name of Al-Qadim.
Yeah.
Because hopefully she'll find out how it goes, and it sounds amusing. She then walks in.
I'm going to head back to meet up with those guys for leaving town.
And you reach the chambers just before they get out of their discussions and join them as they get a parade out of town. As you can see,
I'm
the
very miserable.
on the way out, you see the paladin wave as you go past.
I'm sure you.
With a big smile on her face, she's glad you're leaving.
I'm sure you look almost as
Payne
miserable
flips
as
her
me.
the bird and then just experiences a soul-wrenching pain at the same time.
You
But
know what?
worth it, right? Worth it.
Yep.
And you feel a bit of that too.
I feel the pain.
Yeah.
Because you've got his soul gem.
Okay. Whee! You know what, pain? She blow her a kiss.
Go on. Oh!
Payne looks to you
Do you want?
and does nothing.
Okay. I hold the gem and tell you I'll blow her a kiss.
What are your exact words?
Blow the paladin a loving and big mwah kiss. You know, like the big over exuberant.
Pain does so.
Does anyone else in the party notice that Pain
Hold on,
just
let me
did what I told him to do?
However,
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
at the end, he does the most mocking bow you have ever seen
Yeah.
to the paladin.
Yeah, Lonnie notices, and so you know how previously she went, ha? Now she looks to Pain and goes, ha!
We have a problem.
You have a problem. Let's specify.
I can make it everybody's problem if you'd like.
Sorry, Kip.
You're both as worse as each other.
No, I don't notice anything yet again.
Calcrix is happy.
Yeah. Calcrix is so
Sorry,
happy.
Kesley, I was thinking about making it you.
Sorry?
You were thinking about making it Kesley.
Making
Ah.
them find me.
Yeah, that could be funny.
Why not?
I need all the humour in my life I can right now, so please do.
He's going to
Well, no, it's fine. If you want humour, it is exactly where it needs to be.
So now every time Pain feels pain, you feel pain too.
Just not as much.
But the problem is he's going to be more likely to do things that cause pain because it's causing pain to somebody else as well.
But he has no special resistance to pain, that's the thing. So, on the other hand, you're bloody minded enough to go through with it anyway.
I've just got to hope that his tolerance to pain is lower than his enjoyment of inflicting pain on me.
Exactly. That's what we gotta hope for.
No,
You just said enjoyment, so any enjoyment he gets, he'll probably keep wanting to do.
Speaking of pain.
what you're also hoping is that with the act of inflicting pain on you is also punished.
Yes.
So choosing
This
to do
is a lovely
It's
cycle
twice.
of...
Oh,
See,
On the other hand, if he drinks a huge amount of vodka first,
so if he goes out of his way to inflict pain on, by do bad things, so I get inflicted on pain, he gets extra pain, which
Yes.
gives me extra. Oh,
he
Yeah.
gets pain for the act and
Pain
pain for one
feedback.
to do the act.
Yep.
Yes.
Perpetual pain engine.
It's actually kind of
And he's
beautiful
not a
in this
masochist, he's just
weird
bloody minded.
way.
And we'll finish the session with you reaching the outside of town and Telecus keep shaking his head a lot, saying, "What have I gotten myself into?"
I wish I wasn't so perceptive.
Unfortunately, that seems to come with the territory of being who you are.
And we'll end the session with you meeting up with Dractomir and
Yes.
Ursel.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
I'm very perceptive, but not that much.
I was gonna say you just got the lucky roll.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want the 20.
I just take whatever the dice give me, my friend.
My dice weren't giving me much today, so
I've
I have
had
to say I'm
I've-
kind of lucky.
I've had sessions where pretty much every roll I've ever made in a session has been under 10.
Yeah, that was me today.
Yeah,
So
you can get like total balls rolls. You can get all the time.
I've watched Jeff over a period of a couple of years in Living Greyhawk with a character with +8 on his initiative, or +6 going up to +8, never getting higher than 10.
Yep,
Ever.
yep. I've been watching him
His
run games for a long time,
His
yeah.
hit rolls were fine.
I believe
It's
that.
only initiative.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for making today, David.
Yes.
Thank you for making
No, it's my
life
pleasure. It actually
I
went
was
really
going to
well.
say
It's
thank you
having-
very much for making our
I've-
day.
Yeah, I've had one of the worst days at work in a very long time, and it just worked out that I had a big window where I was doing nothing this evening, so that works quite well.
Well, hopefully the pain and his gem brightened your night.
Yes.
I was wondering who was going to get it. So for you guys, Martin and I have been talking about this arc for a little bit now, and I've been really excited. And I got to this evening, I was like, nah, someone's getting a gem tonight. Someone's getting a gem.
you got so lucky.
The right person got the gem.
I think it is the right person.
I think so. I think that's gonna end up very.
The least magically inclined person probably is the best person.
That is probably
And
the
I
best one.
think
yes.
with your own morals as well, trying to keep pain in line. And also, I think just because David does confuse you for Mark sometimes, it's going to make it extra spicy.
I just feel that's very unfair to Jeff. I just want to go on the record that
I'm guessing Mark's not a very.
Oh no,
no,
I love Mark.
Yeah, Mark's fine.
Mark just has a way of pushing buttons.
If there's a hole, you give him a shovel and he'll start digging.
Yeah.
Mark and I have a pre-established trust basis with our characters.
Yes,
And
that's
so
true.
I know that I can unload like 3.7 metric tons of banter on his characters, and it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm fairly
Mark
easy going
also
with that
does
sort of
roll
stuff,
with
so
those
it's all right.
punches very well. So
Yeah.
I'll do my
don't take
best
it
to
as Mark's
roll.
not a good person.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what the whole thing is like.
Oh, he takes it pretty well, and he always takes the wrong turn and going. I'll go with this.
If there's a wrong turn to make, Mark's characters will generally pick that path, and you'll generally just see this cascading snowball turn into absolute
But at the same time, my characters will always be greasing that
Exactly.
path where that snowball's going.
And
Let me lead you to that path.
Every opportunity.
And it leads to some very spectacular stories because of that
I'm
reason.
getting the feeling
So
that Hayne may be trying to get Autolycus to do the bad stuff for him.
Yes,
maybe yes.
Now, there's the thing.
there you go.
Lubricating the path with chili oil.
There you go.
Yes. Yep. That's
Oh.
that's
It
precisely
was awesome
the way to
playing
go.
with you.
It was awesome having you on tonight, David.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, have a good night. Okay, going on to end credits and music.
All right, I'm unmuting myself. I don't care if it's recorded. You are so wrong. No, look, as a player, I would allow it to happen. Just, I have pre-designed this character for, like, I've had this concept of this character in my mind for literally 5 or 6 years. Yeah,